And what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night. I'm here. Synth is here. You were just here, my man. You were just here just
I
a couple
know.
days ago.
I'm a
I
glutton for
cannot.
punishment. So
I know I can't get rid of you, my man. You were here for the round table, the 4.5 hour extravaganza we recorded on last Friday night, and then here you are back. And boy, you picked a good time to come back.
I have to make up for all the
Children.
personal streams I haven't done lately because of lack of time. So I'm just hanging out
Yeah,
here. So
I was thinking about that, man. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, Synth hasn't done one of those. You used to do like 4, 5, 6 hour long streams back in the day because I'd be
yeah,
watching you and you'd already be like 2 hours in,
and come
and
back.
then yeah, and then I'd do my stream and it'd be another
Yeah.
2.5, 3 hours, and then I'd be done and I'd go back and you're still doing yours. I'm like, God damn, this dude, it never ends. But those things were so much fun back in the day. I used to put them on, just listen to you guys just fucking talk about the tech stuff and the synths and all the
Yeah,
musical stuff that you guys are doing, and you just play
my
a
friend
little
in the
bit.
UK started it. He's an agoraphobic, and during COVID, he doesn't go out. All of his repair stuff comes to him. So he worked on Vangelis's CS80 synthesizer in his house and sent it back to him. He worked on Steve Winwood's gear, sent it back to him. He worked on Hans Zimmer's gear and sent it back to him. So like he's like synth repair to the stars. And he
That's pretty
started this
cool.
whole pub thing. It's like a digital pub.
Yeah.
And
That's
you go in
pretty
and just talk shit about all kinds of stuff,
That's basically what it was. Just one big hang session. You guys would talk shit and then just played things. And
It starts with music and then it goes on to politics and a bunch of other nonsense. But it's
yeah,
always fun though. It's like hours and hours and hours. I think our record show on that channel was 12 hours.
jeez.
And I jumped in like 3 or 4 times because I didn't want to stay the whole time. But so,
See, I've thought about doing something like that in the past, like a 24-hour long
yeah.
stream where I just watch movies. But I'm just like, there's no fucking way. Like after 3 hours, like I'm cooked, man. Like I'm ready to disappear. 4.5 hours though, we did Friday night, man. It flew by. It went by fast. We had Paul, pissing off screen. We had,
Oh, that was
all
great.
kinds
Yeah.
of-
Sadly, I had tech difficulties. I had to catch it on the replay, but
I know you completely
yeah,
missed it.
but
That was so hilarious. We were in the middle of like a deep discussion about Richard Rubenstein or something like that, and Paul disappears for a second. The next thing we know, we just hear,
yeah.
and then I'm just like, Matt heard it first, and Matt, you could see on the video, Matt was just like, oh shit, he's
I
pissed.
see the waves of people catching on, and then
I was like, that sounds familiar. What is that noise? Where's that coming from? I'm like, oh Lord.
it's right out of Naked Gun.
Yeah, Naked Gun too. That's right. How's everybody in the chat doing? Are you guys ready for some Children of the Living Dead action? I got the link to the movie down in the description. We're actually going to watch. So on YouTube, I found this. It's a VHS rip of Children of the Living Dead. That and this version that's on YouTube actually includes the opening previews of coming attractions. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of go back and revisit some of that too, since the movie itself is going to be a real test.
Slog.
Yeah, which honestly, believe it or not, it's pretty easy to believe. I don't think anybody that was in this movie has seen this movie all the way through, but I've never actually just sat and watched this movie from beginning to end. Like it's always just been like bits and
I've
pieces
only seen it
here.
once, and I did watch it all the way through, but it was a slog. Yeah, it was.
I've never made it all the way through this fucking movie. Like typically after the first 10 minutes and after Savini dies, like that's when I just zone out and I'm just like, all right, there's got to be
By the
something
way, I
better.
put in the chat too, so people can grab it right now if they want to. So
There you go, sweet. Let me pull it up. There you go. Just threw it up there. So if you want to watch along, if you dare, if you have the balls, if you have the guts to
this
join
is
us on
watch
this.
if you dare.
Yeah, really. Well, let's see. We got Down is Up in the chat. What's going on, Jeff? What's up, Michael? Hope you and the family are well. Well, I don't know if we were well, but we're surviving at this point. It's not even the baby. We got a newborn in the house, and she's the easiest one. It's the 5-year-old that's driving me insane at this point. That's why we were late tonight, guys. Sorry about that. Nothing like a 5-year-old having a meltdown over, wanting to play games and not go to bed. And yeah, oh Lord, help
Wait
me.
till she wants to stay up to watch Russo movies and not go to bed.
That would be fine. I'd be okay with that. Daddy, I want to watch Santa Claus.
Oh, no.
All right. Michelle, what's going on, Michelle? Happy birthday, Michelle. Everybody wish happy birthday to Michelle in the chat. What's going on? I knew you wouldn't miss this one. I know you're a big Children of the Living Dead fan. Bonnie Bailey, what's going on, Bonnie? Good to see you. Hello. This should be a doozy. Absolutely. If that's the word for it, I don't know, but it's going to be something.
That's a family-friendly version of it. So they so
We got Roberts in the house. Robert Harbits, what's going on, brother? Hello, Michael and all. Let's ready to watch one of the best movies ever made. Hey, it's all subjective. It's all subjective. So to some people, which believe it or not, like I've actually become more interested in the mythos and the story of this movie ever since the if you guys missed it, check it out over on the Garf Network. They did that. I
oh
think 24th anniversary get
yeah.
together thing. They had Savini was on there, Marty Schiff, Tor Ramsey, the director, which Tor was amazing on the thing. I think I put it in the chat while I was watching. I was like, I'm officially a Tor Ramsey fan. It's not even because of what he did here on this movie, but just his outspokenness. I mean, you could tell he had all of this built up inside of him for all of these years of being the guy who directed Children of the Living Dead, and this was his opportunity to fucking let it out and shit all over Karen Wolf as much as possible. They all did pretty much, um, but yeah, that's a really fun one, guys. Go check that out if you're interested at all in hearing the history and how this movie happened to be, and you know what went down with John Russo, and you know it's a mess.
I have a
Um,
couple tidbits to read if you want before we start. I can do it at the end either way. So
sure, yeah, just whenever. I don't. Man, we're watching Children of the Living Dead. There's going to be a lot of downtime where I'm just going to be like melting, just brain melting, eyes glazing over. Like, what are we doing? Um,
so I always
but
try
I'm
to
telling you,
find
man,
an
the
article
first
in
10 minutes of this movie, after the first 10 minutes, I'm just going to, you know, then it's all downhill. But the first 10 minutes of this movie is actually pretty fun. So I'm actually kind of looking
really
forward
good,
to
yeah.
revisiting that. So,
Yeah. But I always try to find a Fangoria article about the movie like I did for the last Russo thing that we showed. But their archive site is down.
yeah, yeah,
Which sucks
Fangoria.
because
So I figured, so the guys over at Revival House, they used to do Fango Fridays, which I was on one of the. I think I was on one of the last ones that they did, where they went back to the archive and they were looking like page by page through every old issue of Fangoria, and then all of a sudden they just disappeared. And I think that's because Fangoria is doing that thing now where um, it's going to be like a paid service.
they teased you for a while, then they're gonna
Yeah, it's like a paid, or it's not really a paid, but it's like it was a crowdfunded thing where if you donated to this, I forget what they call it, but basically
right.
you'll have access to every back issue of Fangoria ever, and all this other stuff, and you know it's pretty cool, but
Oh,
it was
that thing
nice.
on Facebook. I saw that on Facebook. You're right. They did take. They probably pulled it down for that exact reason. That's right.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I forgot
So
all about.
yeah, so that kind of sucks because I loved Fango Friday that the guys used to do over on Revival House. That was like Friday nights. You could just sit and just like analyze page by page of like, you know,
Oh
it was
yeah,
just interesting to go back to that time because they started from issue one, and it's just interesting to go back to
it
that
has the
time
Dawn of the
and
Dead article in it. Yeah.
right, yeah, yeah. So
You know, it's
uh,
funny. I never cracked issue one. It has Godzilla on the cover for some reason, which is kind of weird. But it's really expensive because I have the whole set. Like, I was an early adopter to Fangoria in the '80s, and I got a bulk set at one point. Went from like issue 1 to 40 or something like that, and then I had everything new from there on.
mm,
And but I never actually looked in that issue. I just never got around to it. And it's a fucking Dawn of the Dead article this whole time with some cool pictures in it. I'm like, how did I miss that?
yeah, it was weird. Like the original like first few issues of Fangoria was very sci-fi heavy.
Mm.
Like it was like they were kind of dipping their toe
It was
in
a
whether or
Starlog
not.
crossover. They made Starlog first, and they're bringing people over to the.
Right. It was like they
Yeah.
were not sure if like a straight up like horror mag would work as well as like a sci-fi mag, which was a proven thing at the time, but eventually they kind of realized that,
Well,
you
Famous
know,
Monsters was a good magazine too. Forrest Ackerman's magazine. I had that for a while as well. So there were
yeah.
some predecessors that were very popular, and then all the stuff came out of the woodwork. Ciné Fantastique and all these other crazy magazines that were really good. You know, Gore Zone, Room Org, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there were quite a few, but I know, was it Gorzone that was before Fangoria?
No, after it's one of those.
There was one that was
It,
before Fangoria because I remember in one of the like letter to the editor sections on one of the first magazines where they were reviewing like, oh, I like you guys' magazine, but you need more content like such and such magazine. There was another
might be
magazine
Room
behind
Org or
it.
something like that.
I don't think it was Rue Morgue. It was something else.
Yeah,
It was
because
Gore something.
Gorzone kind of came out in the '80s, as I remember, and of course, the first Fangoria '79. So,
Yeah.
um, but it's right around the same time. There's a whole. I mean, there were so many books and collections, and if you ever read anything by that Chas Balin guy who died of cancer, I think
Mm-mm.
his stuff was great. He had a book called Horror Holocaust, um, and he contributed articles to a lot of these things, and he was a very funny writer. So
Hmm.
I mean, as you can tell, I was a serious horror guy way long time ago, and then I kind of waned for a while, and I'm coming back. So trying to get all the cobwebs out because I used to. I mean, I like sci-fi a lot, I always did, but horror was my thing. Like people come to the video store where I worked, and I was like, I would give them advice on any movie except comedy because it's too subjective. I'd say, tell me what
Yeah.
you like, and then I'll tell you what I'm not gonna just blindly recommend a movie because most comedies are just insufferable. So, but
Yeah, like what's funny to me, or what's funny to most people, is probably not going to be as funny to me, and vice versa. So yeah,
exactly, yeah.
that's definitely true.
They say, "Oh, you
Uh,
have this thing." I go, "Okay, I know what to recommend."
although there's some comedies that if you don't laugh at, then I just don't trust you as a human being. I'm just like, all right, are
Exactly.
you?
It's a
Are
litmus test for lots of people. Yeah.
yeah, it's like if you don't laugh, like if you don't laugh at Caddyshack or something, it's just like, really,
It's just like somebody would bring us some porn
really.
movies to the desk from our hot box, and I'd go, "You got that one? That one sucks." Yeah,
Horrible acting, horrible.
yeah. You got to get the
The writing
Sperminator.
is
That's a
terrible.
great one.
Yeah, that one's got great effects. Um, yeah, Jeff, love Savini, but this is a tough watch. Yeah, which Savini is really the best part of it, and it's funny because you you know the director tour wanted more Savini in it, but they
Oh, I
that
missed
kind of
that
got
part. He did.
ex-nayed. Yeah, that was
Okay.
like, we'll talk about it as we watch it, but yeah, he wanted more Savini in it, but that got ex-nayed by Karen Wolf, the writer or whatever you want to call this, whatever you
Writer
want to
in
call her role
quotes.
in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Robert says, I actually do enjoy this movie. It's just stupid fun. Emphasis on the stupid. It's stupid, all right. It's stupid. I don't know. Like I said, I've never actually watched this movie all the way through from start to finish. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to. We'll try to make it as fun as possible. It'll be
I
stupid,
mean, I
but
hate to say it, but Flesh Eater might actually be better, even though it's awful as well. So,
yeah, I think Flesh Eater's better. I would
yeah.
say Flesh Eater's better. I would say Midnight is better. I would say The Majorettes is
Well,
better, which
Midnight
we
has a
watched a
real
month back.
story. Like there's an actual movie in Midnight.
Somewhere
So
in
that's
there.
that's why it's his best work. So it's
I would rather watch Santa Claus than this, to be honest with you.
yeah, right.
Second Santa Claus reference tonight. Go figure.
There you go.
Matt, what's going on, man? Drone of the Dead. Hey, y'all. I knew
Hey,
Matt.
Matt.
Matt had to be here for this one. Stu, guess what's going on, man? Grant's in the house. Says here for a few minutes. Friends would love to stay and watch, but I have to clock in at 5. Well, I can't blame you for not sticking around for this one, but you know you want to. Deep down inside, you know you want to. But I can't blame you. 5 in the morning. That's pretty rough. Matt saying hi really quick before bed. Hope you'll have a great stream. Thanks, my man. Have a good day tomorrow. People saying hello. Bunny saying I'm ready. I'm a glutton for punishment. You must be, Bunny. You're here for all these things, no matter how bad or how shitty the movies are. Bonnie's here for it. So that's why we love you, Bonnie. We're saying happy birthday to Michelle. We got there's the man himself, Rick, the North Going Llama. Haven't seen Rick in here in a little bit. What's going on, Rick? Hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've got to say that. And hope everyone's off to a good New Year's. Pretty good. I would say like 2026 so far, which we're only a couple weeks in, but yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Or I'm saying I actually love Flesh Eater. I have some nostalgia for that. I don't have nostalgia for it. I actually just watched Flesh Eater for the first time not that long ago, and it's fun. It's like a cheesy 80s slasher with Bill Heinzman as the cemetery ghoul in it, basically. Like he's basically the slasher in it.
I watched it right before Living Dead Weekend, and then they showed it at Living Dead Weekend in the pizza party thing. So.
Yeah. Which that was interesting. You could just feel the deflation of people in that crowd. Like they were sitting down ready to see what the hell's going to play. You know, they were thinking like, because I mean, it was like, what was everybody thinking at the time? Like Creepshow 2 or something.
Something.
It's like
better.
Night of the Living Dead. So they were thinking, they were thinking of something, you know. But I had some sneaking suspicion that it'd be like Flesh Eater or something that they could get away with, and sure shit it was.
I mean, it could have been worse. It could have played Night 30th edition. So, you know.
That's true. That's true.
And a guest appearance by the composer / priest. So.
I would love to see him at a convention. I don't care. I think that would be super fun. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Sorry. He'd just be goofed all the whole time. So.
Oh yeah. Rick says, "I can't wait for tomorrow. The sequel to 28 Years Later, Bone Temple is opening in theater." I'm seeing a lot of good reviews for that movie. I don't know if I'm gonna rush out to see it, but
Yeah, I wanted to
uh,
like 28 Years much better than I did. So,
same here, same here. I was so disappointed in that one that I just, you
and how
know,
quickly did this come out? I mean, they just rushed this one out, or they shot them at the same time. One of the two.
yes, that's basically what they did. I think they
Yeah,
basically shot both films at the same time and then just are
yeah,
releasing them separate. Because I mean, 28 Years Later just came out last year, so it
yeah.
hasn't even been a year since 28 Years Later came out. But like I said, I've been hearing some good things about it critically, so we'll see, we'll see. Um, we got Film Fury 1972. What's going on, Film Fury? Good evening, gents. In your opinion, what's worse, Children or Night of the Living Dead with the added footage and all that? It's a good question. What do you think is worse, Children of the Living Dead or the 30th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead?
I mean,
It's
as
tough.
horrible as it is as an idea, and just was like a horrible cash grab and stuff. This is just really bad filmmaking, and I've only seen it once, so it did make an impression on me. So,
At
we'll
least this one is original and it's it's not taking a classic like Night of the Living Dead and literally just splicing in some horrible scenes that didn't need to be there.
I don't know if you
Um,
really want to be depressed. Watch the making of stuff from it. It's like really bad. It's like,
I've watched that. Yeah,
oh,
I've seen that. Yeah,
that's
which
worse than
funny,
watching the movie.
which it's funny. I in trying to find this on YouTube, I actually found there's actually some behind the scenes, like a 20-minute behind the scenes home video footage that somebody took. It's
Yeah.
on a channel from Richard Billock, which sounds
Okay.
familiar. I'm not sure who that is, but that name sounds familiar.
Mm.
Um, but it's behind the scenes on the set of Children of the Living Dead. You see, they're at the diner and you see John Russo over in the corner, working on the script and
Yeah.
they're looking at dailies and they're like, "Oh man, this looks badass." But it looks like everybody's having fun on the set, if nothing else. But
So
Bill
speaking of script,
Heinzman, you
though,
see Bill, behind the camera.
speaking of script, because it says here on Wikipedia, written by Karen Lee Wolf, no mention of Russo in the actual normal credits here.
Well,
So he punched it up. Is that what happened?
so from what I gathered from listening to, Tor and Savini and all them talk about it on that Garp stream, basically there were two different scripts. There were two different screenplays. One was John's, one was Russo's, one was Karen Wolf's. And they reached out to Tor Ramsey to see which one, read both, see which one you'd rather make. He said
Mm.
Russo's was so bad that in order to get the job,
No, it can't be. Come on.
that's what he said. In order to get the job, he played politics and he regrets doing it now. But he said, I can work with Karen's. His thing was he was being hired to do a rewrite on Karen
Mhm,
Wolf's script.
mhm.
And so his idea was I can at least take this script and do something with it. Whereas Russo's was so bad he didn't feel like he could really do much with it. Believe that or not, but
Yeah,
and
it's funny
basically
though
when
that
he got the job, they wouldn't, he started to rewrite the script and Karen threw a big fit because Karen Wolf is the daughter of Joseph Wolf, who was the executive producer of this film.
okay.
So, who's
Nepotism.
he going?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that's basically what happened. But Russo still was retained to work on the film in some aspect. I can't remember exactly what, but he it wasn't his script basically.
Because that whole thing, that Russo script thing, it reminds me of when Jackie the Joke Man left Stern to punch up scripts and it never happened.
Yeah, I mean he was there. I mean you could see him in that footage just sitting
Wow.
there on set and in that diner. So I don't know what he was doing, but before we get started, I wanted to bring up this was just announced today for all you guys that have been waiting for this. Living Dead Museum posted on their on the Facebook page, the Living Dead Weekend Facebook page, the tickets for Living Dead Weekend in June go up for sale tomorrow at noon. So all tickets up for sale tomorrow. I think pretty much everything. I think the tours, the photo ops, and all that. I think everything goes up for sale tomorrow. And they did say that the one change this year, the VIP tickets are going to include, I guess there's going to be two VIP parties this year, one on Friday, one on Saturday, and the VIP tickets include access to both as well as free access to the Living Dead Museum. So if you're there, you're able to visit and walk through and look at the museum as much as you want, I guess, if you have the VIP pass. I'm guessing they're probably going to be a little bit more expensive this year for that. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd say get them while you can because I think it's going to be a hot ticket. It's going to be pretty big convention. I think they're going to start announcing guests tomorrow too, from what they said. So yeah, tomorrow tickets for Living Dead Weekend do officially go on sale at noon Eastern time. So grab them while you can, because I think they're gonna sell fast
Go
for
with
this one
hotcakes.
because
Yeah.
um, I'm curious to see who all they get guest wise because they're saying that they're bringing in the big guns. They're going all out. So
Alexis Dubin.
Chelsea. That would, I mean, I'm guessing she'll be there,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see.
It'd be nice. It'd be cool to see her.
Um, but yeah, we'll go ahead and get this rolling. Like I said, the version we're watching is a VHS rip on a
Yeah.
channel. It's a guy I've seen in the chat in here before. It's Ruby Tuesday is the name of the guy that posted this fairly recently, but it's a VHS rip from the video. The VHS tape from back in the day, and this version actually has all of the previews before the movie as well. So we're gonna watch it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right now, I got it queued up, and it's on the FBI warning screen. And then we're gonna watch the previews. 'Cause I think that'll be fun to kind of really because I haven't tested any. I don't know what previews are gonna show up, so it'd be kind of
I
interesting to
did.
kind
I
of
just made sure it played. I didn't watch them either. I won't be surprised. So
yeah.
um,
So I'm gonna be curious to see what they were promoting before Children of the Living Dead back in the day. Which do you remember the first time that you saw Children of the Living Dead? Do you remember
I've only seen it once, and it
how you
was
came
I think it
across
was
it?
last year actually. So,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
Well, I
because I
remember.
put it off for a long time. So
Excuse me. I remember when it came out, and I remember seeing it for the first time at the Blockbuster, I think it was. And this was 2001, so I was just now starting to get into Romero stuff, starting to get into, really get into dawn and day, night, and all
oh
that.
no, and then you saw this.
And I saw this going through the new releases, and I'm just looking, seeing, and I see Children of the Living Dead
Oh, it's so bad.
from the man that brought you Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween, and the guys behind Night of the Living Dead,
Of course,
and I'm
all
just
this
like,
marketing bullshit. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, wow, well, what is this? I've never heard of this. Like, this is, and I was looking at the box. I see Tom Savini, starring Tom Savini. I'm like, holy shit! Like,
Yeah.
how have I not heard of this? I immediately rented it, immediately took it home, put it on. 10 minutes in, I'm just like, man, this is actually. I mean, you can tell it's a low budget, but it's pretty badass.
Yeah. At first.
And then I'm just like, man, Savini's kicking ass. Like, man, this might be kind of fun. And then, yeah, and then I remember Savini getting killed, and then I made it maybe 15, 20 minutes past that, and I was just like, I can't. So, and I like I said, over the years, I've dipped in and out. I've watched different scenes, I've watched different stuff, but I've never actually just sat and watched the whole movie from start to finish until tonight. But yeah, I remember renting this sucker when it first came out, one of the new releases in Blockbuster, and thinking
Oh
like,
man.
because you got to think like back at this time,
Oh sure.
2001. This was like, Romero hadn't done anything in a long time. It'd been,
Mhm.
since Day of the Dead, no zombie movies were real. I mean, 2001 was not a big time for zombie movies. It was hard to come across anything with a zombie in it was just like, wow. Um, so when you see something brand new, which the people that made Night of the Living Dead and, the producer of
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm
it's
Street,
so unfortunate
Halloween,
that marketing stuff just can trap you. You
fucking,
know.
yeah, roped
Yeah.
me right in. So
It's too bad you didn't see Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Now that's good.
I did see that. I mean,
I mean, and at that time instead of this.
that I can't remember when I saw that, but it was close to around this time because my mom bought it for me because they had that Anchor Bay clamshell VHS
Yeah.
of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. She found it at like a Kroger grocery
Oh
store
wow.
for $5 and just said,
Oh
"Oh, it's
man.
a zombie movie. Okay, Michael like that." And brought it home and I watched it. I was like, "Man, this is actually like kind of eerie. Like this is actually
Yeah.
really good. How have I
It's
never
also
heard
very
of this?"
low budget, but it's fun. I saw it in '86 or something like that on VHS.
Yeah.
But
And it's one of those movies that like gets mentioned a lot, but like not a lot of people know about. Like it's not a very popular, like populist horror film, but it's one that like who was it? Nicotero, I think, mentioned that was his favorite non-Romero zombie film, and
hmm,
somebody else mentioned that too. Was it George Dimick? I think when I was
really?
talking to him, I think he mentioned children
Wow.
shouldn't play with dead things. So I mean, yeah, it's like one of those movies that like certain people know about,
Well, yeah,
But
Ormsby made some good stuff, but I can't remember the other movies at the time. But he did make several other projects.
well, that was
Alan
Bob
Ormsby.
Clark. That was Bob Clark.
Wasn't Ormsby involved in that too, though? I
Yeah,
thought he
he's
was
in it.
involved in. He's
Yeah,
in
he's
it.
in it.
That's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
But that was Bob Clark before Black Christmas, before
Right.
Death Dream, way before Christmas Story and all that. Like before
And
Bob
Death
Clark was
Dream's a
Bob
tough
Clark.
watch. I watch it only because Savini made the effects, and they aren't even that good. But
Mm.
I was going through all of his movies. He did stuff like he did really good stuff for The Prowler, really good stuff for The Burning. Then I saw Death Dream, and I go, oh man, I should have watched this first. It's going way backward, you know.
Yeah. Got people in here showing some love for children shouldn't play with dead things. But yeah, it's a fun one. I actually just rewatched it on Halloween night. Actually, it'd been a while since I'd watched it, and that was
Yeah,
one that I put on late Halloween night after everybody'd gone to bed.
I haven't seen
Uh,
it since like '86 or whatever, so a lot of details are fuzzy. But I remember I liked it.
yeah, it's a fun one, especially early. I mean, it's like 71, I
They're
think.
like on a couch with a corpse talking to it, having fun, right? Aren't they?
Yeah,
It's
it's
a party.
very it's
Yeah,
very fucked up, really, when you
yeah, yeah,
think about it.
yeah.
But we're not here to watch. We're not here to watch a good one. We're not here to watch
No, for
a
sure.
good zombie film about children.
A couple
It's
quick things before we started, because I had a couple questions for maybe you know this. In the credits, it says there's a Sam Nicotero. Is that any relation to Greg?
yeah, yeah. That's Greg's son, I think
His
maybe.
son. Okay, okay.
I think so.
All right, just
Um,
checking on that. I didn't know
but yeah,
that.
there were a couple of other. I should have brought up the IMDb, but there were a couple of other because I think Marty Schiff's daughter is in this as
Okay,
well. Which is maybe why they're calling it Children of the Living Dead. They just put all the kids in there. I think.
right.
Um,
Let's go and ruin their legacy now, right? So,
yeah, let's run them off from ever wanting to do anything like this ever again.
so a couple of
Um,
funny things. It was $500,000 direct to video, which is why it's funny watching a VHS rip of it because that was the video, that was the release, direct to
yeah,
video, right?
yeah,
Um, I love this quote from Savini, uh, echoing some of the stuff that Ramsey said in some interview. He said, producer on the show was an idiot. I think what was it? I think her father gave her that movie as a present, and she didn't know what the hell she was doing. And the film shouldn't even be on the shelves of video stores. That's a Savini quote.
yeah. Savini hates it. Marty Schiff hates it.
Yeah.
If you bring it up to him at a convention now, they will give you like $5 or whatever you paid for the movie and apologize instead of signing it. Yeah,
And
nobody associated with this movie likes it. Russo hates it. Tor
yeah,
Ramsey hates it. I've never heard anybody speak kindly about this movie.
Russo's quote
Um,
about it was probably the worst film I've worked on.
that says
That's saying
something,
a
guys.
lot. That's
That
yeah,
says something.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it was just a doomed project from the start, and yeah, it is what it is. But it's kind of living in infamy now. So we're here 25 years later, talking about it and watching it. So it
For
says
sure.
something about it. It says something about it, I guess.
And I'll put a link at the end of the show. I'll put the link of this article. I got some of those quotes from. They're hilarious. Someone posted a whole long review of it. Uh, just something fun to read.
Yeah, Robert, I completely agree. But yeah, this is kind of an example of what happens when nepotism takes over everything. Because basically, this movie was completely fucked with from start to finish by Karen Wolf. Apparently, I mean that's according to pretty much everybody that worked on the movie. She was an awful human being who who everybody hated her. She would fuck with everything. If they tried to change her words because it's her script, if they tried to change or improve upon anything or have any kind of ideas to make things a little better, she would ex-nay it immediately.
Yeah.
I think one of the quotes, which it wasn't Karen Wolf, but it was actually Bill Heinzman, when they were working with Savini, when Tor Ramsey was telling the story on that stream. Tor was like, he was, Savini showed up and he had his old Winchester rifle and he had his bullwhip and stuff, and he was there to be, a zombie killer badass, Um, and Bill Heinzman just looks at Tor Ramsey and is just like, well, what are we making? A Rambo movie or a zombie movie here? And Tor Ramsey's response was, Bill, I'm just trying to make a watchable fucking movie at this point. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care. So yeah, it really is. And it's funny because Felsher popped up on that stream at the end, and I believe him 100%. I think he's truly interested in making a documentary on this film. Like, how could a movie go so wrong and go become what it's become. And I think there's a really interesting story there. If he could get, I would love to hear from Karen Wolf actually, because she's the one that had her side of the story hasn't been told yet. All I've heard is that she's a horrible bitch and everybody hated her, but
Yeah.
maybe she has a different take on things, and it's just like, you know, you never know.
However, there have been many movies in the past that look like they had a dream team and just quite often it's studio interference, studio meddles and does whatever and screws everything up. And then someone who says, "Okay, I'm going to call this an Alan Smithy movie now. I want no credit as director because you've messed with it so much." Like, that a lot of movies have turned out that way.
Yeah.
They want to do
Well,
that. But this is
it's
not
like
even not a studio. This is a woman who's
yeah, it's like
given this
sometimes when
movie
you
as
try
a
to get
yeah.
sorry, but it's just like sometimes when you get a bunch of great musicians together to make a super group, and it's awful. I just think of that show on VH1 back in the day, Super Group, where they brought in all these like Ted Nugent and Sebastian Bach and all these guys,
Oh yeah.
and then they try to build this band, and the band is awful. It's just like
Oh yeah.
because it's all egos. It's all just like guys fighting, pulling in different directions. And it's just like
There was a review. Remember the Spinal Tap review, Shit Sandwich?
yeah,
So there was a real review in a publication somewhere, and there's that band GTR. It was like a super group of rock guys, and the review was SHT. So, I
yeah,
love stuff
yeah.
like that.
It's uh behind the scenes story would be infinitely better than the movie. So I'm sure it would be. And especially if Felsher was doing it, I'm sure it would be.
Oh, it'd be
I would,
funny no
yeah, I
matter
would be
what.
zoned
Yeah,
in on it, man.
yeah.
I'd be so in on it. And
Oh,
yeah,
by the way,
Michelle, the best part was when Tor didn't believe Felsher's name was real. Yeah, he kept calling him Felcher, and he's like, "Is that your
Felcher,
real
yeah,
name,
that's
Felcher?"
so
Like,
that's brutal, man.
you know what that is? He's like,
By the way,
"No, why would?"
I'm
Felcher
I'm
was like, "No,
preparing
why would
with
I?"
a glass of fine wine. This is $100 bottle of wine that was gifted, and I'm having a nice glass of wine for this horrible movie. So here you go. Trying to
Well, there you
contrast a little
go.
bit.
Well,
So
I got I got my Guinness here, so
yeah.
I figured I'd have to have something, but uh, so $100 bottle of wine, does that taste any different than a $20 bottle? Would you say?
This instance, no. I mean, it's not a bad wine. It's a decent cab from Napa Valley, but it's yeah, it's not anything special. I've had like 150, $200 bottles of wine, and they really did taste nice.
Well, see,
So
that's the thing, like scotch, like if you so I've had like a Johnny Walker Red Label, which is like a $30-$40 bottle, which is, not cheap, but I mean, it's you can tell the difference between that and then like a Johnny Walker Blue Label, which is like 250
or
bucks.
black or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, black even, like I had the Johnny
yeah,
Walker Double Black here recently. You can definitely tell the difference. It's like
yeah.
although it's like, is it, but, the difference really comes down to what kind of drunk do you get, because that double black, when I was drinking that, man, it was like a real happy, mellow feel. It was like, "Okay, this is I kinda get it now." I don't get sloppy drunk, but it's just more it almost feels like I smoked a joint or something more
Well, and
so
you're
than
also losing
drank.
alcohol too as it gets older. They call it the angel share as it evaporates in the process as it's stored. Some of it evaporates, and the overall alcohol content can be lower in some of the fancier ones.
Hmm,
But I've had really good blends. That's one of the tricks these days. You buy a really good blend for like 30, $40 versus a $200 bottle of scotch. And I'm no expert, but I've compared directly two right by each other and friends who are like way into this stuff. And they said, just go with the blends because they're very, very good these days if you get the right one. And they're not going to break the bank. So this whole
hmm,
single malt, single origin kind of scotch thing is kind of the trend. But
yeah.
some of these
I
blends are
just
really good, actually.
I just usually just stick with the Johnny Walker. That's just kinda like I'm not too much of a snob about it, but,
Yeah.
um and yes, Robert, you're weird. Says
Yeah.
am I weird that I would love to see a chunky box restoration 4K of this movie? That might be
You
going a little too far, but I
you
do
want a
think it maybe
book?
the
Yeah.
shit that Vinegar Syndrome and those types put out. I mean,
They
this
put a lot
could
of
use a
garbage out.
Blu-ray because it
Yeah.
hasn't. I mean, the last release was still the DVD from back in the day. I don't think it's been released since, but I don't think anybody's really been clamoring for it. But um, but all right, if you guys are ready, like I said, if you want to watch along, the link to the version that we are watching on YouTube with the previews and stuff before and everything before the
I'll
film
paste it
is
again.
down
There
in the
there you go.
description. And there you go, synth just put the actual link in the chat as well to make it a little easier for you guys. So we'll get that queued up. And I'm got it queued up. Just it's the FBI warning screen, so we're gonna start it from there. So I guess we'll go ahead and get it rolling here, so we can get through. I don't know how many of these previews are on this version.
Most videotapes had like 3 or 4. It shouldn't be too many.
All right. Well, I'm ready if you're ready.
Anytime. Let's do it.
All right. And I'm having to play it where the audio is open. It's not playing in my headphones. So if it's too loud and you can kind of hear a lot of feedback, you guys in the chat, let me know. And I can
If you
turn
turn
it down,
on your echo cancellation in StreamYard, it should block that.
It's on. So I'm hoping that does the trick.
Okay.
But
yeah.
All right. Well, here's the countdown. We'll get it rolling. We'll do 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And on now, you guys hit the play button. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Press play now. All right. We're off and running. Coming soon to video and DVD.
Ooh, fancy. Stereo.
Robert says, I honestly think it would be super cool if everyone who's still alive who was involved in that movie went back and did a proper remake of it. Kind of redemption story. And I don't know, man. I don't know if there's enough there to make anything out of it, but Tor did have some interesting ideas that never made it to the screen. So he says there's a version out there, like a work print cut that he had, because of course they took that and completely re-edited it and did a bunch of ADR work for Tom and Marty's scenes where they took out a bunch of the ad lib stuff that they did and replaced it with Karen's dialogue.
How about this? How many Red Band trailers do you see these days? It's kind of cool to have these in here. I like the Red Band trailers. They show some more naughty stuff.
So it's like one of those cheap Hellraiser movies.
Yeah, it's that or The Craft or something like that.
Or Wishmaster. Do you remember Wishmaster?
Wishmaster was great, actually. I knew Wishmaster. I actually have the action figure from McFarlane Studios. It's pretty cool.
That was one of those movies that nobody talks about anymore. But I remember back in the 90s. Yeah, it's not bad, especially the first one. I remember watching that all the time back in the day.
Just the guy's voice. He's so over the top. I'm the Wishmaster.
Yeah, who was that actor? He looks familiar, but I can't remember.
He's been in lots of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not Robert Davi, but it's someone like him.
Yeah, this is a Wishmaster. Which one is that? This is probably one I've never seen. Wishmaster 3.
Oh, there's a 3. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Beyond the Gates of Hell. Yep, never seen that one. I remember the first two. It's been so long since I've seen them. I couldn't tell you what they were about, but
yeah. And this is the same guy in a world with the smoker's voice.
I missed that. That. You don't get trailers and previews like that anymore.
He got paid so much money just to talk like this.
Oh, he's like Michael Buffer. Michael Buffer. They used to pay him. I think it was like $50,000 to just show up and say, "Let's get ready to rumble," and then leave. It's like Andrew Divoff.
Divoff, that's his name. Yeah. He played a lot of Russians in movies, even though he's not Russian.
Hey, Rooker.
Oh, look at that. Face to face.
Is that Van Damme? Yeah,
that's Jean-Claude Van
Damme. What is this?
Those two guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
All the stars.
Oh, great. He's playing 2 parts again.
Or 3 parts. I don't know. Michael Rooker gets 4th. Michael Rooker gets 4th billing behind 3 Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Van Damme. Rooker. Oh, the sound effects are terrible.
Replicant. That's one I've never seen. Man, I watched Bloodsport for the first time the other night. I've actually never seen Bloodsport.
Yeah, it's actually a good movie. But
I wouldn't say it was a good movie, but it was.
For that type of stuff, of all those movies he made, it's kind of like Above the Law is the best Seagal movie.
Yeah.
It's a real movie, and
It
the
wasn't
soundtrack in it was
bad. It
decent.
wasn't bad, but man, there's some. The soundtrack's pretty good in it actually. In
Yeah.
Bloodsport. So it's the third trailer here. This is more fun. I can just sit and watch these for 2 hours and watch the fucking movie. This is taking me back. This is giving me flashbacks to being, you know, 12, 13 years old, renting movies from Blockbuster and seeing all these horrible trailers
See,
for
back
movies
then I
I'd
love
never
watching
see.
trailers, but I don't watch them anymore because they spoil too much.
Yeah, I hate trailers now. I can't like if I go to the movies, like if I'm sitting like by the time the trailers and stuff are over, like I don't even
Yeah.
want to watch the movie. Like I'm just like annoyed
But
because they're
sometimes
all
these
the
are the best
same.
part
They
of the
all use the
movie.
same music cues. They all use
Yeah.
the same editing style.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I heard the name of this one, but I haven't seen it.
yeah, never seen that one either. Deep in the Woods. Ooh, now this is a good one. Have you seen this?
I don't think so.
Ginger Snaps. This is one of my
Oh, yeah, I did. I just didn't recognize it. Yeah, it's good.
this is my favorite werewolf movie, guys, of all
Favorite,
time.
really? Hmm.
Favorite werewolf movie of all time is Ginger Snaps.
I mean, I like the sexy angle. That made it fun. Weren't too many sexy vampire movies or werewolf movies. So
Yeah, but I just love. I'm just gonna go off
see
and
that
talk
they
about
stole
Ginger
that sound
Snaps
from
now.
American Werewolf in London. That's the exact
But
werewolf sound from American
I
Werewolf in
just
London.
love the way they equate like puberty with transformation of being, transforming into a werewolf. It's it,
Oh, sure.
it's basically the story of a girl getting her period for the first time and
Oh,
becoming a
exactly.
woman.
Yeah.
But it's a werewolf movie. It's great.
No, yeah, the parallels are there for sure.
Yeah. Canadian horror film too.
Werewolves, eh?
Well, see, I'm not the biggest werewolf fan. Like, I'm not the biggest American Werewolf in London fan. The Howling
Oh,
is
really?
okay. Yeah, I'm just not. That's just not my monster.
It's just so well done. That's part of it, and the humor.
Yeah, the effects are
Yeah.
great. Yeah, and
And
some
I
of the
was a
humor
big
in it.
Jenny a Gutter fan, so that was nice to see her in that. So another Red Band.
Yeah,
Love the
there
Red
you
Bands.
go. Bonnie's a big ginger. Yeah, yeah, Michelle, repping the Great White North. Ginger Snaps, one of the best Canadian horror films ever made. Robert still never seen Ginger Snaps. Definitely check that out, Robert.
I saw about 2 years
It's
ago for the
really,
first
really
time.
good.
It's good. Yeah.
It's what 2000. It's the same, I guess, same year time period as this. So 2000 2001. I think Scream Factory put that out some years back.
This
Blu-ray.
trailer's made on someone's home computer. Look at this thing.
Yeah, this is some Windows Movie Maker, I think.
It's really cheesy stuff. And the cinematography's not good either.
It still looks better than the film we're about to watch.
Well, yeah.
The Item.
The Item. Wow, that's just.
Anybody seen
They
The
stole
Item?
that from Jacob's Ladder.
Oh yeah. Now, here we go. Feature presentation, guys. Strap in.
Ooh. Get the wine ready.
Blows me away that Artisan actually bought this because I remember.
Oh, good. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I remember they were talking about when they took the film when it was done. They took it to the I can't remember what it's called, the American Film Market or something like that,
And they said,
screened. Well, they screened the movie, and everybody in the audience was laughing through the whole movie.
Yeah.
They thought it was a comedy, and
Oh, he's Martin Schiff.
Martin Schiff, that's her official name. But apparently
Yeah.
everybody was laughing, and then Karen freaked out in the theater and started
Oh, that's
screaming at
great.
everybody to shut up because it's a serious
Love it.
movie.
Yeah, very serious.
There you go. Heidi Heinzman's in this. There you go.
Yeah.
Sam Nicotero.
Well, she's in Flesh Eater. She gets killed at the door, right? The little girl.
That's right.
Isn't that Heidi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in that. She's in 30th anniversary of Night of Living Dead. She's had a great career.
See, Guastini's done some good work. I've seen his name before.
There's Jerry Gergely. Did the pyrotechnic effects in this. Stunts Tom Savini. See, you look at these credits. I think Dubinsky is involved in this. Bill Heinzman was the cinematographer, which Alan Howarth.
I mean, Alan Howard. That drives me crazy because that guy's amazing.
Yeah, he's
I actually
But I
met him
think
in
he
Nan
did this
last
as
year.
like I think
Super
he did
cool
this
guy.
as like a favor for Joseph Wolf though, and he really kind of
Ah,
phoned it in according to Tor Ramsey. Tor was not too impressed with it, but yeah, Bill Heinzman doing the cinematography, which
yeah, but his cinematography is always suspect.
yeah, I forget who said it, but somebody said that they wouldn't trust Bill Heinzman to film their child's birthday party or something.
I like that.
Karen Lee Wolf,
There you go.
Lady of the Hour. So I guess this is supposed to be like a bit of an homage back to Night, them throwing the bodies on the fire
Sure.
at the end.
Is a continuation, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is
Unofficial
supposed to
continuation.
yeah, be like an unofficial, technically a sequel to Night of the
Yeah.
Living Dead. So
Yeah, here they are. And they feel just like a night.
yeah, very blue.
Yeah. It's day for night stuff. They're trying to be like dusk, whatever.
Yeah,
It
they're trying to go
doesn't
for
work.
day for night. Yeah, it's not.
Never works.
No. But see, like this stuff, like if the whole movie was this tone, like, all right, like
Well,
it's
it's like
cheap.
redneck zombies. You ever see that? It's really low budget and
Yeah, but
silly and
it's yeah, it's enjoyable.
Zombie Lake's actually a pretty good one if you haven't seen that one.
That's when I had. That's
It's
was
British
that
or German, I can't remember, but it's
Jean Rollin? I think was
yeah.
the director of that. I think. So basically, I guess the story is they spent. This was the first stuff they shot. This first opening sequence here with the helicopter and all that, and apparently they blew most of the budget on this opening. Opening 10, 15 minutes.
Which is so funny because Knight did it for pennies, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't pull any favors in. I mean,
Well, what are you gonna do? What favors you gonna
they
pull?
said, "Oh wait,
They
that
didn't have.
that woman's writing this thing. Oh, we don't want. We're not going to give you any money for this. We don't like her work." So,
Well, it's like when they got Savini. Savini. They gave Savini the script, and he agreed to do it. Took the script home, read it, and then called Tor Ramsey and was like, "This is the worst piece of shit I've ever read in my life."
yeah, and
It's
and
like, well,
and he
you
was
can't give it to
in
the man and
Ripper,
hope
which
for.
is really bad.
Yeah. There's Marty Schiff.
Yeah.
Which everybody keep an eye out. Well, me and Synth are both drinking tonight, and apparently there's a drinking game where keep an eye on that birthmark there on Marty's face.
Oh, really?
Apparently, from scene to scene, it switches positions and switches shape. So every time you see a different
Wow.
spot for that birthmark or a different shape, take a drink, everybody.
It's like Mel Gibson, You're Living Dangerously. The bandage on his eye changes shape and size several times. There he
There's
is.
Savini
So why do they
carrying
give him a
this film.
birthmark? I don't get that. I thought it was a wound.
No, I mean, I think it's just supposed to be a birthmark or
Oh. Tom.
you can see Marty was well fed around this
Yeah,
time
he's
period.
a big
Which he
dude.
actually said that this movie saved his life because he saw how fat he had gotten from watching this movie, and he
Yeah.
immediately went on a diet and lost like 40 pounds or something like that. So he's like, I guess there's one positive thing I can take away from Children of the Living Dead is that it saved my life. It
Just like, yeah.
inspired me to go on a diet. So
Yeah, I'm in therapy, but it did save my life. So
yeah,
I love that gun he has, by the way. That's the same one they use in Terminator 2,
yeah.
the flip action style. Because some lever actions you can't do that with them, but that one you can.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they I know he got caught off guard here, but they make him look kind of weak.
Oh, he's on the hood. See, Tom is just you
Like
know,
he's talking to the body. Like, hey, just sit here and
if nothing else, he's, captivating to watch on the screen. And then
sure.
they
No,
kill him off
he
10
has a
minutes into the
presence.
movie, and you're
Yeah.
like, Jesus. I agree with Robert. I hate blue screen. I never understand why anyone thinks it's a good. I particularly, it bothers me like at night when they, especially modern stuff that's shot at night. The blue light that's supposed to be like the moonlight or whatever. It's like so heavily overused in a lot of movies now. Oh, there went half the budget.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's bigger than we expected.
Rick and now Savini doing that Terminator cocking the lever action with Arnold Schwarzenegger did Terminator 2. That's right. I used to try to do that with my old little BB gun that I used to have back in the day. I used to have one of those little pump action BB guns. Could never do it. Couldn't figure it out.
What if that was all scripted? All these little comments he has.
Well, apparently a lot of this is ADR. Apparently they had
Oh
him
yeah,
and
you can
Marty
tell.
go back after and re-record a lot because a lot of it was ad-libbed on set. Karen
Yeah.
didn't like it and then made him go back and ADR her dialogue in it. So
It's really fake tombstones there. I mean, come
yeah,
on.
that looks like my
Halloween
front
set.
yard at Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah. So went to the spirit store and spared no expense.
Well, you got a fire engine to come out at least.
Well, you can see they did blow money for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's hard for me to believe they had. Well, they said $500,000 budget, but I guess they had 600,000 in total, which is like what 4, 5 times as much as they had for Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like where does that money go?
But also a problem with they're trying to go some of the same behavior of the zombies as in Night, where they haven't quite figured out what the zombies react, how they react to
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So getting shot in the face and going like this, or kind of shuddering like that. If they're just Walking Dead, you just shoot them; they just keep coming.
Yeah.
Just like in Dawn, that's what's so cool about it because they don't feel pain; they just keep going, right? But in here, they've already shown a couple of things like doing this weird jerky thing and all that kind of stuff. So I guess they're trying to parrot the Night reaction of zombies.
Well, I guess Tor originally wanted these zombies in this movie to run, and that got ex-nayed because zombies don't run.
Sure,
Russo and
it's really
Heinzman.
not a sequel to Night of the Living Dead, right?
Yeah, you can't have that. Karen didn't quite understand though. According to Tor, she said the zombies couldn't come out during the day, so she had a fuss about that. It's like why do we have
What?
zombies in the daytime? Zombies can't come out during the day. They're like,
They're not vampires? What the
yeah, they're
fuck?
not vampires. And she's like, well, it's called Night of the Living Dead,
Oh, she's
dumbass.
so
Like,
dumb.
she'd never seen the fucking movie.
Apparently not. That's great to be writing a story where you haven't seen the precursor, right?
That's why I would love to hear her talk about this. Get
You
her.
could tell that chicken was thrown the way. Poor chicken.
There he is. Yeah, this is all ADR. Yeah, that's it, Rick. The Daisy BB rifle. Oh yeah, I had multiple as a kid. I saw one of those at a flea market the other day. Actually, thought about I think I still have one in a storage unit. Actually. Oh, there's the children of the living dead.
Yeah.
I like the kids
ADR
are
is
being
very
held
bad.
hostage by a zombie. That's an interesting take.
The Marty's ADR just sounds like he just came in, said a few lines, and left. This doesn't tie in with the vibe of the scene. Some ADR can work, but that was just like, here, just come in and say a few things and leave. Yeah.
Well, I think at one point it's like watching a Godzilla movie or something. It's like their lips are moving, saying one
That
thing, but
matched.
the dialogue saying something completely different.
Yeah.
But now we're about to see the real star of this movie, Abbott Hayes. By God, What is Marty's birthmark a little different there?
Oh, I didn't look.
I can see.
I didn't know that was a thing until you mentioned it.
Yeah.
And again, if he is a zombie, why is he hiding in a barn loft?
Why did he have kids held hostage?
Yeah, I just first of all, I had to negotiate the ladder. Second of all, unless he died up there, why the hell is he there?
Well, as we'll find. Well, did you see the clip fall out of the gun?
Yeah. Oh,
If
he's
you
running there.
watch, Abbott Hayes is no typical zombie, sir.
He's running.
The headshots look good. The squibs on the headshots look good. Gotta give him that. Something
Now
else.
he's just wasting ammo. Come on, man.
Uh-oh.
You blew your load. So this is kind of like a flesh eater ripoff as well, right? Because he's like a special zombie.
Yeah,
He's
and the
hard to
whole
kill.
barn setting is very
Yeah,
reminiscent of Flesh
he's
Eater.
more aware. He's hard to kill. You know.
He just looks like the lead singer of like 30 Seconds to Mars or one of those bands. Which the whole idea, according to Thor, was they were going to make, Abbott Hayes action figures, and he was going
Oh
to be
God.
like, the next Michael Myers or something, like horror icon. Could you
Have a
imagine?
success first before you plan any of this stuff.
Well, I think they already had like a deal in place for action figures and stuff, apparently, because Joseph Wolf or whoever got it to happen, but
I mean, they
it
kind
wasn't
of
going
had
to
that
happen
for
when they
Star
saw the
Wars as
product.
they saw the success was booming, but they at least had some reason to have action figures.
At least somebody was going to buy them. Yeah.
Yes, because I just remember the whole Star Wars thing. You bought a little kind of a placard thing with little posts with promise of the figures coming out. They were selling that ahead of time before you even got the figures. And you
Mm.
would populate that if you're a real collector. You would populate that with all the figures as they came out, the first run.
Hmm.
So I had some friends who are like way into that shit. They even got the Bantha Tracks newsletter.
Have you
Like, oh
seen
boy,
those photos of the new Day of the Dead figures that are coming out?
those look pretty cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
I mean, way better
I,
than you had those bootleg ones that don't look anything like the characters.
yeah, I
Yeah,
still have all those. I've never seen anybody else with them, so I don't know if I'm the only one
yeah,
with because they're custom. But,
yeah. Sure.
um, but yeah, the new ones look pretty cool compared to
Well, I was going to buy
the ones
the
I got.
bootleg Jim Crut helicopter zombie
Mm-hmm.
on eBay, and they disappeared. I waited too long, but it was it
Are you
was,
talking
it was
about
handmade.
the distinctive dummies?
Those handmade ones. This guy was just making them and selling them. They're like $60 or something like that.
I think I have. I think I have that one over there. It's kind of
Yeah,
like the old school,
blue. He's
smaller
got a
figures.
blue. It's got like kind of messily painted with the blood on it, and
Let me
got the
go grab
little
it. I'll
cut on his head. 14 years later.
Is it this one?
Kind of looks like that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought this directly from Jim Crut at Living Dead Weekend a couple of years ago. It's made by who's it? Todd Jara was the guy that
Yeah, I can't remember the guy,
made these.
and the one who was selling it may not have been the guy who made it, but It didn't
There's
even
only a
have the
handful of them
card.
out there.
It was just the figure.
Hmm. Well, I know they just did that Distinctive Dummies line
Yeah,
with the Jim Crut figure. Those, Jesus, if you missed out on those initial, you
yeah.
know, forget about it.
The only ones I want to get are those NECA ones, like the Flyboy and the
Mm-hmm.
Hare Krishna ones. Those are very good.
Yeah, I have those too. Those are probably the best looking Dawn figures
They're
out there,
really
I would
good. Yeah,
think.
there's some Japanese knockoff ones that are really weird looking,
Yeah, I got
but
those
the
too.
Flyboy is all
Those
kind of stretched out and stuff. And
they're all just like yeah.
yeah. By the way, this exposition is terrible here. They're really bad at
Oh,
delivering.
I was totally fine talking about action figures. I zoned out.
Uh,
I was just like, all right, well, Savini's dead, so now the movie,
just like he's serial killer. He did all this stuff, and yeah.
But see, like this is the kind of dialogue that you come to expect from John Russo. So it's
Yeah,
kind of you kind of think like, oh, did Russo write this scene?
sure.
Um, yeah, that's right, Bonnie. Karen Wolf really wanted him to be the next big movie monster. That's right. What's up, Todd? I know you're a big Children of the Living Dead fan. It's some of Savini's best acting. I mean, he's badass in this movie. You gotta give him that. And the stunts are cool. I mean, he tried his best to get something out of it. But there's your Texas Chainsaw Massacre homage there with the van going by the old house. Robert, who is better, him or Big Daddy? Come on. What do you think? Are you Abbott Hayes versus Big Daddy?
I'm just not a Big Daddy fan, period, and certainly not meeting the guy in person. I mean, he's really just a complete sellout.
Well, I need to reach out and try to get the guy who played Abbott Hayes to Living Dead Weekend.
Yeah, they should.
See, you talk like the dude from the bald dude from the 30th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead. That would be an interesting convention if they started getting people from this.
Well, like people have said in the past, it's people getting older; they're dying off, so they have to start bringing in adjacent characters
That's
from the
right.
Living Dead
Yeah,
universe.
it's like what Salisbury said, and it's like at some point we got to start embracing the new stuff because
Yeah,
eventually that's what we're gonna have. So we need to start embracing Children of the Living Dead. We need to start
or at least
embracing the 30th
tolerate it.
anniversary of
Maybe not
Night.
embrace
Yeah,
it. That's a strong, strong
embrace
word.
it. I have like a weird morbid curiosity with these movies. Like that's why I love doing these watch alongs with you because it's like they're so bad and I would never really want to watch them
Yeah,
just by myself, like spending my time just watching them. But like doing these, it does make me want to dig in and find out like, oh, what
sure,
happened with
sure.
this? Like I want to learn more about it. And I kind of get into it.
Well, I mean, I grew up watching bad movies, obviously, just either accidentally or on purpose. But my favorite was, when I was way into Mystery Science Theater and all that stuff. I watched so many bad movies with those guys, and just loved it. And I could just see if they weren't there offering some content, I would have been so bored. You know,
Yeah.
she's so excited. We're gonna have so much fun at this concert. That was matter
We
of
need a
fact
cool
line
concert.
delivers.
So at this point, Abbott Hayes, I guess, has aged over the years. Now he's just got the big rubber mask. Yeah, there you go. Rubber mask zombie. There you go.
And this has the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel to it, with the people sitting around a van.
Mm-hmm. I bet that's what they were trying to go for. Rick says maybe it's the movie is on VHS tape, but the photography looks really cheesy. No, it's not just because it's on VHS. I mean, the photography does
It's
look
poorly
like.
made. Yeah, it's.
Uh-oh. What is this walk?
Oh wow,
I want to go back. Uh-oh.
that's great.
It's hilarious because in that thing,
And he
Thor was
laughs.
like, he wanted the van to like. Originally, he wanted the van. I can't remember what it was to crash into a tree or something like that. But for some reason they wouldn't let him do that, so he just said, "Fuck it,
Oh,
we'll just drive it off a cliff just because I want to see that fucking van fly off a cliff." And they
that's
just
great.
threw it off a
But that
cliff.
movie had is almost like Nate's corpse. He's kind of like
What did you
kind of
see
moving
that
his arms.
walk that he was
Yeah,
doing? It was like
yeah.
a Bigfoot like creeping whatever the hell you would gonna call that.
Yeah.
Michelle's tapping out. Now that Sweeney's gone, it's time for me to go to bed. It's after midnight. I have to get up at 6. Enjoy the rest of the movie. Pussy.
Yeah,
This is usually where I don't blame you, Michelle. This is usually where I tap out, but
for sure.
I'm here for the duration tonight. So
And you got to see the trailers too. That was nice.
yeah, that was fun. But have a good night, Michelle, and happy birthday. Hope you had a good
Bye,
one.
Michelle.
And
Yep.
we'll talk to you soon. Yeah, Riverman wants to meet Abbott Hayes. Who doesn't? And I don't have it on VHS. I do have the DVD though. I gotta say, but I've never actually watched it. So
I want Marty to come to the LEDW cosplay this guy with the birthmark and everything.
you probably couldn't pay him to do that.
Of course, he's probably. I was telling Michelle earlier about we're doing this movie, and I said this is probably his personal Vietnam. He just doesn't want to relive this at all. So
I still can't get over that. I don't remember that walk before, but man, that just hit me out of the blue and just knocked me silly.
these are just grave robbers. What's going on?
Yeah, these are 12-year-old grave robbers, or a 12-year-old and a 60-year-old. I don't know.
Well, they really want to study
Father and
anatomy,
son
like
grave
the,
robbers.
like the classic scientists of their day. They want to go and study anatomy, and you get bodies out of the ground and you study them. So
That's true. Yeah. Well, that's new. I've never been to a funeral where they just leave the caskets just
Yeah,
sitting out in
exactly,
the sitting out
Like,
in the
"Oh,
graveyard.
it's kind of late. Let's come back tomorrow and figure it out.
Yeah, it's getting dark, guys. Well, they're not going anywhere.
And everything looks like one take, pretty much. The
Oh, it has to be.
the poor delivery and everything.
There's nothing Kubrickian about this. Yeah, Bonnie, I've never noticed that before. I remember from crossing the road and the whole arms out thing, but I don't remember that walk. Like where the fuck did that come from? Bonnie says it's a guilty pleasure. I'm too old to be embarrassed. Yeah, it's a good point. What the hell? Like I said, I have a weird fascination with these types of movies, so I can't help it either.
Well, you don't have to be embarrassed. There's a little bit of shame, like a hint of shame is okay.
Bunny, I think you're right. Is that Greg Nicotero? So is that Sam Nicotero? That's the dude from Crazies, right? Sam Nicotero, the firefighter?
Hmm.
Maybe I had that mixed up.
Not sure.
For some reason, I was thinking that was like one of Sam's go. Yeah, I think Sam Nicotero is like Greg's uncle. Yeah, you're right, Bonnie. Thank you. See, I'm thinking Children of the Living Dead, and I knew Heidi Heinzman was in this, and I knew that Marty's kid
so
was
his
in this. So I
uncle
was
helped
just
him get
assuming
into
that like
this
they were all the
thing?
kids
Helped
of
him meet
everybody.
George and all that?
Yeah, because Sam, I'm it's coming back to me now. Sam Nicotero was one of the firefighters in the Crazies, and he also, if you've ever seen the Arrow release of the Crazies, Sam was the one that shot all that 8mm footage of the burning house.
Wow. Okay, it died a little too quickly from a bite.
Bonnie.
You don't die that quickly from any bite, even if it's Abbott Hayes.
Oh, well, if it's Abbott Hayes, I mean, come on.
Nah, even he doesn't have that much power.
Who does that look like? He looks like Tiny from
looks like Terrifier.
Kinda, yeah. I can see the facial structure there. But he kind of reminds me of like Tiny from Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses, the big giant burn victim character or whatever.
There's all this laughing stuff he's doing. Yeah, I'm gonna bite the hand, like the least amount of meat on the human body.
That's quick. So they come back pretty fast in this one.
Apparently, it was again Abbott Hayes. He's got that mojo, right? Don't mess with him. Kind of like 28 days later, about 30 seconds, you're turned.
Yeah. See, I knew they ripped that off from something. I had no idea that Danny Boyle was so inspired by this movie.
That's right.
Dadgummit. I knew I shouldn't have left those caskets sitting out overnight.
That's so silly. I remember the scene. I was like, yeah, it's weird to have those fucking caskets there.
Todd, that's a good question. Is the crazy writer of this movie, Karen Wolf, still alive? I don't know. I know he's probably joking, but I know Vula was saying he's going to look into it to see if he can find her. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how old she was when this movie was made because I know Joseph Wolf was pretty old when this movie came out. I know he's passed by now, but I don't know about Karen. Well, I don't know where she's at. But like I said, I would love to hear from her and her recollection of what she thinks of it. If this is something she's proud of, or but it's basically her way of trying to impress her dad or what.
That's epic fail.
Yeah. She might say it's a good movie, just people don't understand it yet.
Yeah.
It'll grow with time.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's just ahead of its time.
It's funny. He's commenting that the guys who were supposed to put the bodies away, he just kind of he's absent. He didn't know what was going on. It's like he's in charge, so he's blaming the other guys for not putting the caskets away.
That guy looks like somebody I can't think of who
Yeah.
off the top of my head though.
I like how Marty's like really, really upset here that the bodies are being stolen. He's just again reading lines.
Well, isn't this
Too many caskets buried without their bodies. This is really bad.
so? The timeline of this movie is confusing as all hell. Because isn't this supposed to take place like years after the Savini stuff? I think.
Oh, I mean,
Because weren't the kids that he freed from the corral or whatever? Weren't those the kids that were in the van that fell off the cliff? And now Marty shows up and he's the exact same age as he was back then.
I mean, the problem with these movies in general, if they're trying to do a continuation, and it's like more than 30 years later or whatever, or 20 plus years later than the actual movie they're copying, and everything has changed. All the technology's changed, all that stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. He's got finger extensions. Like the frozen look on his face. Very cartoony.
It's a good word for this movie, cartoony.
Now he knows how to operate the thing. Isn't that clever?
Well, he's a smart one. George ripped. I'm pretty sure George ripped Big Daddy off from this dude. He's the real king of the zombies.
Although so far he hasn't gone like a little scream thing.
Oh, give it time. I'm sure he will at some point. There'll be something.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he do something earlier that was next year? So yeah, this is just all over the place.
So they did say I forgot. They did mention a thing earlier. It said 14 years later, but 14 years is not 20 plus 30 years or whatever. It's like everything looks very different. The car technology, obviously, the clothing people are wearing. So it does not continue well from the last movie.
There's Larry. I didn't know Larry was in this movie. So Larry commented, "It's like, why? Why are you doing this?" it's like Andy loves to torture me. I don't know.
Yeah, misery loves company.
That's right.
Plus, a lot of people in here have not seen it. Right? Look at the chat.
Yeah,
we're trying to expose everybody these amazing cinematic wonders, which is so funny because it never hit the cinema. It's direct to video.
Alberta Hayes. Yeah, the cinematography on this is pretty bad.
I mean, if you look at like Santa Claus and those other movies, Heinzman's just a terrible cinematographer.
But I mean, he used to shoot George's stuff in the
I think it
early
works for
days.
documentary stuff, but not for a film. Like behind the scenes stuff, it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny too. If Abbott Hayes is such a badass, why is he always hiding like a stalker? You should just go out and attack on constantly. Just don't hide and go, "Ooh, I'm spying you," and like he's worried or something.
It's because he's the next Michael Myers, the next Freddy
Yeah,
Krueger, man. Come on, it's about suspense. Uh, Bonnie was saying that so I guess Karen Wolf wasn't very old when this was made, middle aged. So yeah, I'm guessing she's still around somewhere. I don't know what she's doing. I mean, I don't think she hung around in the movie business too much longer after this, but oh, she's Bonnie says Bonnie's like we need to get you on here, Bonnie. Bonnie's the expert on this fucking movie. She shows up later in the movie. You can see her. Okay. You have to point her out so we don't miss her. Because I'm curious, man. I don't know much about her. All I've heard is just what a shrill, like awful bitch she was to everybody on this movie.
she saw you were doing this. She wanted to study up. She wanted to be a student of this film.
I don't know, man. I think Bonnie's like secretly a big fan of this movie. Rick saying the sheriff in this movie almost seems like Hopper from Stranger Things, played by David Harbour. I guess Marty would probably take that as a compliment, Rick. Robert says, "Has George ever said anything about this movie and what he thought of it?" I don't. I've never heard George. I guarantee you, George has never seen this movie. George was one of those. It's like he had every right to be shitty towards
Yeah,
Russo and those
yeah,
guys because I mean, there were like legal issues throughout the years between those two
sure.
guys, and George had every right to be, but George never spoke ill of John or you know his movies or anything like that. Like he was very, very political about it.
Well, the one
Um,
saving spinoff is they made Return of the Living Dead, which is pretty good actually.
yeah, I
So
mean,
I enjoy
that's
that movie.
just
So
that's because Return. I mean, it's Russo by name only.
it's
It
Dan
has
O'Bannon.
really
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah, it really has
yeah.
nothing to do with John Russo. Um,
But
but
the
even that, like, I feel like George was very against Return of the Living Dead. Partially because it opened almost head to head with Day of the Dead at the time, and he hated that. But
hmm
also just um, because he felt like they'd kind of fucked Russo out of
yeah,
basically bought the story just to take the name and then just completely rewrote and redid everything.
sure.
So I feel like George always kind of held that against him too. But yeah, I think I got that vibe, Bonnie. Bonnie says I've
Hmm.
watched this a lot. God bless you. So I knew Bonnie was a special breed.
Once you found on YouTube, she's had it on repeat. Just keep watching.
See, like I don't remember any of this.
I
I
don't know.
don't even
Yeah, I
know
don't
if
either.
I
Car
don't think I've
dealership.
ever
I don't know.
made it this far in the movie.
There's some of the voice matching problems. Yeah. Greg, you'll be in charge. Meow.
Get out of here. No, another big problem with this movie too. I mean, just the flow of it is it keeps introducing these characters that you don't
Sure.
know where the hell they
And you
came
don't
from or
care.
why.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you
yeah.
don't care.
Although I did think it was funny how she wore a low cut top and she'd been sunbathing and she had all that all that the tan lines there.
Oh,
That was
so
kind of nice.
that's Karen Wolf.
That's her.
Yeah, that was her,
Oh
according to
my
Bonnie.
god,
There you
she looks
go.
kind of crazy.
It wasn't just a performance.
That
Now
was
that's a
that was
legit. That's a legitimate hotel room too. I've seen that bed sheet. I've seen that bedspread before.
That's like my $50 rooms over in Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Every cheap motel has that fucking bedspread.
yeah.
That's probably close to you. You probably find your room there if it's still open. I've always wanted to do like the motel from the Crazies out in I think it was in Zelienople. I've always wanted to stay somewhere like that, but that hotel was torn down years ago.
Yeah.
It would have been great if it was stuck. I would totally just stay a night there just to say I did.
Oh, here's their excuse for the Ohio. So I read about the thing is it's Pittsburgh and Ohio
Mm,
where they shot, and so that's why she's
that's
mentioned that
right.
there are Ohio plates in here. So when you see it and you go, "Hey, you're not supposed to have Ohio plates in this movie," and she's explaining that now.
Ah, see,
So
they knew a little bit of continuity there.
probably because someone said, "Are you stupid? You can't just have random Ohio plates in this movie for Pittsburgh, right?"
Well, I think some of this was shot in Ohio.
Yeah,
So
that's what they said in the Wikipedia thing.
yeah. See, like I don't know who the fuck any of these people are.
No.
It just goes from like characters to different characters. I don't know.
Hi, I'm actually from Ohio. Remember Ohio?
It's so weird being here in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Todd. This movie makes Flesh Eater look like Citizen Kane. Kind of with you on that one.
And that's saying like his flesh eater is rough. Oof.
Yeah, but at least Flesh Eater was like somewhat coherent. Somewhat. Robert says Return of the Living Dead by John Russo is not a very good book. It's not the worst thing, but it's not that good. I've never read it. Have you ever read the actual
I
novelization
have
or
not, no,
the
but
original
I
novel?
and pretty much anything Dan O'Bannon touched was pretty good.
Yeah.
Alien, Dead and Buried, Return of the Living Dead. He's made a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, Dan O'Bannon's pretty good. The book I've never read any of Russo's stuff, but I've heard some people say like his books. He's actually a pretty decent writer when it comes to his
Mm,
books. It's just the filmmaking aspect of it. He's just not it's just not his thing. That's kind of I talked about wanting to read more this year. Maybe I'll
yeah.
pick up a Russo book. Maybe I'll try
There you go.
Midnight or something like that and give it a shot.
And if you have trouble sleeping,
Do a
it'll help
review.
you.
Right. It'll give me nightmares. Uh, okay, the Todd's saying the Return of the Living Dead audiobook's on YouTube. So that's one route. Okay. Look that up. I know the Dawn
I
of the
want
Dead audiobook is on YouTube.
I want to hear the Return of the Living Dead read by Russo.
And then the damn zombies.
Yeah.
Then he
And
goes off
so
like
we
he keeps
went
going
over
off on
here
like
and we
side
talked.
tangents about how he invented zombies and
Yeah.
I should know. I came up with the damn thing.
It's just like Poltergeist now.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's like you move the stones, you didn't move the bodies, you just moved the headstones.
$500,000. Where did that go?
Well, I mean, it wasn't the 80s, but cocaine was still around. So,
And this was shot on 35 millimeter. Like
yeah.
this looks like it was shot on video, but they actually shot on 35, which is insane.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't have a good DP, they don't know shit about proper lighting, proper framing, camera movement, all that kind of stuff. Anyone can just kind of cobbled together images. But
Yeah.
the DP is a huge, like, hit or miss thing in a movie. There's a reason why you see the same, like, 5 or 6 Polish guys or
There's the
Eastern
walk
European guys in
again.
all these movies. Uh,
It's that
oh, he's
fucking
doing the
walk.
Bigfoot walk.
It's the
That's the
Bigfoot
famous
walk.
the
He's
Bigfoot walk from
basically
the film.
zombie Bigfoot. No, he's dancing. I don't know what this is.
Yeah. It's just like that famous Bigfoot footage.
This makes me want to cosplay as fucking Abbott Hayes, just so I could do that fucking
The
walk.
walk.
Because it's not even. It's like a Bigfoot walk if he was listening to a James Brown album or something.
Yeah. Because it has that same stride where he's got long strides with the arms moving like that.
Yeah,
And he's
shoulders
like
kind of
looking around a
bouncing.
little bit. He's got that same.
Wow. Who told him that was like come up with a zombie walk, and that's what he came up with.
Plus, everything is mic'd like it's right by his mouth. He's like so damn loud with it.
Well, it's like like Michael Myers.
Yeah, but he had at least a kind of from the mask. That was kind of cool, actually.
No, now he's laughing. You were asking where his howl was, like Big Daddy's. "Ah!"
Yeah, okay, that's it. Right
That's
there,
his
yeah.
Big Daddy howl.
Jesus.
The
And it was like not
sinister
even
laugh.
motivated. He just does it randomly. Like at least Big Daddy has an emotional moment where he's like, ah, you know.
So these are all the people that he brought back from the casket.
Even the music is dull.
Caskets.
I mean,
It's Alan Howarth.
I think Howard just phoned it in like everyone else did. It's like, what's
Oh,
the
100%.
point?
Yeah. 'Cause from
He's
what I
like,
mean,
what do I have? What takes do I have I don't like? I've already made some stuff here. Let's put that in the movie.
that's why I said it's like you see the credits and you see Alan Howarth, you see John Russo, Bill Heinzman, Tom Dubinsky. I mean, Tom Dubinsky edited this fucking thing together. Dubinsky can do better than this. Like, but I guess you work with what you got. It's like it's like what Pilato says in Day of the Dead. You work with what you got, Fisher.
Yeah, I have to agree. It is better than Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder's just a hack.
I never saw that. I saw
it's
the name Zack
terrible.
Snyder, and I was like, I have no interest in that.
Big budget hack, just terrible.
I agree, but I think even the bigger hack is James Gunn.
Yeah, but at least the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff is fun.
Well, Gunn wrote the he actually wrote the Dawn remake, but I've never anything I've ever seen or heard about James Gunn. It's like it's lowest common denominator.
Well, didn't he write Slither? Slither was
fan.
good.
I don't know.
I mean, for the
I've
type
just
of
never-
movie it was.
I just think they're both.
He's
not
kind of
very
like the Joss Whedon guy.
Who's that?
He wrote Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly, all that stuff.
I've never seen any of those.
Real
Are you talking about the
famous-
show or the movie Buffy?
Both.
Oh,
He created
okay.
the whole universe. And he also wrote Cabin in the Woods, which actually is pretty good.
Mm.
Did you see that one?
That one I haven't seen that, but I have heard that.
Check
that
it
was
out.
pretty good.
It's worth checking out. Yeah. It's at least clever.
Yeah, I've heard it's like kind of like a horror comedy or something.
Yeah, it's very clever the way that when things get revealed, no, I'm not going to spoil anything. Like, oh wow, that's pretty crazy. So
Robert doesn't understand our hate for the Dawn remake. It's a fun movie. It's a well-made movie. I mean, I'll give you that. I won't say it's a bad movie, but I just think it's
yeah,
it's dumb. It's dumb fun.
the
my
characters
opinion.
are really stupid.
They're very two-dimensional. The story makes no sense. Like
They're
there's no
moved-
reason
they're-
for anything that they do in that movie.
Yeah, when they decide to leave, when they have everything fine and secured, and they're
Yeah.
going for this guy's boat, and then
Yeah,
the
it's
stupid
like,
thing with
what?
the guy's gun shop, and they do everything just terribly. And then they get to some island, and it's like, oh well, of course things are going to be on the island. Do we think no people on an island?
And that's why I dislike James Gunn more so than I dislike Zack Snyder. At least Dawn of the Dead looks good. It's well directed.
Yeah,
but like the writing and the story of it is just it doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't work for me, brother. Like
like
it takes what George was trying to do and just boils it down to the simplest, most low IQ form that they possibly can. It's like,
yeah,
what
and
the
the digital effects aren't very good, even though they're supposed to be pretty good quality for the time.
yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's not my favorite movie, obviously, but it could be a lot worse. As Todd is bringing up here, Day of the Dead 2 Contagion. And honestly, Todd,
No,
I
that's a
agree.
good one.
I would rather watch this than Day of the Dead 2
Well,
Contagion
there's Day of the Dead
or
2
any
and
of
Day of the
those.
Dead Contagion. Those are two different movies.
There's Day of the Dead Contagion. There's Day of the Dead Bloodlines. I think was
There's
one
actually
of
actually
them.
three.
Like,
There's Day of the Dead. 'Cause I thought there's another one too. Wasn't there one just called Day of the Dead? And then it
yeah,
was Contagion and then
there
Bloodlines?
was an actual Day of the Dead remake, which was directed
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Miner. Believe it or
Yeah,
not,
exactly. Oh, it had what's his face in it? From Dawn of the Dead remake, same actor.
Bing Rames.
Ving
Yeah,
Rhames. Yeah, yeah.
Bing
It's
Rames
terrible.
had Nick Cannon, Mina
Oh, it's
Savari. I mean,
terrible.
it had a
Terrible.
name cast, but I mean, it was just yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of those movies that's so bad that it's kind of funny to watch. I don't know.
It was worth watching once. I'm not gonna watch it again.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
It's no Children of the Living Dead, so this, this has some
Uh,
charm to it at least. As bad as it is, it has some charm to it.
that's true. Riverman says not a fan of the Dawn remake. The characters are terrible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're very two dimensional. It's like every character has their like, you know, stereotypical. Like you got the guy that's like, I'm rich and I don't care and I got a
Yeah,
boat
yeah.
and all that. It's like, no, that's not realistic. And you got the angry Ving Rhames character. It's like, fuck y'all. Like that's his big bit of dialogue
They
is
are the
fuck
worst parts
y'all.
of the
Like,
movie. There are other
yeah,
problems, but the characters are the worst parts of the movie. So
yeah. There's too many of them too. It's like we went from the four main characters that you kind of you grow to love in the original to just this whole group of just random people that the most likable character is Boyd Banks, like his goofy character in that movie.
yeah.
But outside of that, it's just like I don't give a fuck if any of these people get it in the end.
Check out this
And the gun shop owner, what was his name? Andy in that?
yeah, yeah.
There you go. He was pretty cool. I liked him.
It's all right.
He's all right. Yeah, Don Remake introduced me to Richard Cheese, so that's plus is Bonnie. Yeah, I'd much rather hear that version of Down with the Sickness than the actual Disturbed version. I've always said that the biggest downfall of Dawn of the Dead is that it literally ends with Down with the Sickness during the final credits. I'm just like,
The very very
one of those songs that I would be happy to die and never hear again. Like if I never hear that the rest of my life, I'd be fine. It's one of the
yeah. I understand
worst
that. I mean,
fucking
David
songs ever.
Draymond has a good voice, but their stuff is definitely dated.
I've never been a big Disturbed guy. I just always thought it was very I don't know. Anyway, what's going on in the movie right now?
Well, here's the funny thing. Hear the creepy music.
They've
They're
been in
doing
this
more
diner for like
exposition,
oh,
more
so
Abbott Hayes bullshit, more other kinds of stuff.
this
And
is
it's
the
like, ooh,
Russo portion of the film.
pay attention because it's more creepy now. The music kicks in. Yeah.
Mine is so low I can barely hear the music, so
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
can't I can't criticize Alan Howarth too much because I can't quite hear too much of it.
I mean, it's not horrible music. It's just filler.
There's Marty. Oh, was the birthmark? I didn't see the birthmark there when he walked
I didn't
by.
look. Yeah, I keep forgetting to look.
Didn't Alan Howarth win an Oscar for something?
He should have. His work with Carpenter is amazing. He has good solo stuff too.
I thought he had actually won something for I can't remember what it is now, but I feel like I remember hearing that somewhere.
I hope he shows up next week at NAMM because I need to talk to him again. He's a really cool guy.
Oh, he shows up to that. He's
I
there.
talked to him for like 30 minutes last year when I came in. Or earlier, yeah, beginning of last year. And just a super
Oh yeah,
approachable guy.
I think I remember hearing you say that.
Oh, he gave me his business card. It's like, this guy's so cool,
Did you record it? Was it on one of your live streams or something?
Yeah, it should be on there. I have to go back and watch. I shoot all that stuff. I forget what I shot. So
I was gonna think it's the thing with when you go to those things, it's like you're constantly recording, so it's like
yeah,
it's like you can check in and out throughout the day, so I never know what I miss, what I don't. when I
Yeah, so when
checking
I get
in.
time, I go and put chapter stops for longer streams, but I haven't had time to go through all that stuff yet.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
But it helps a lot because it makes
It
it
does,
watchable
yeah.
and also helps me go back and watch my favorite parts. So it's kind of a selfish thing too,
Yeah.
because I don't watch 4 hours of my own videos. So this is the compelling soup can scene. It's like, wow,
Well,
he's
that
really opening it.
the soup can is a metaphor,
Yeah,
Andy. Come on.
I remember this scene about the old guy cooking, and I don't remember what happens here, but I remember this is like all filler. Do we need to see all this? He put water in there. Now he's mixing it. It's like
Well, it's building the suspense of
it really
the
is.
scene.
Yeah, I'm riveted.
Come on.
Who is this guy again? Is he
That's
somebody?
Sam Nicotero.
That's the uncle.
That's
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
Greg's
Okay.
uncle.
That's cool. Oh, is it hot enough? Hurry up. Got to check the temperature now.
This shit ain't working. Go
It's
figure. It reminds me. So this reminds me. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's a real cheap. I think it was made in Louisville actually. Real cheap zombie movie from the early 2000s called Deadlands. That I
mm.
remember I found at like some store and I bought it, and you can tell it was made for like maybe a couple $100 or something like that. Um, but there's literally a scene where it's the camera just follows this guy. He gets up from his
Mm.
chair and he walks across the yard and he puts down a beer bottle because they're having like target practice or whatever. And then
Yeah.
it shows a close up of the beer bottle, and then it cuts back to that same long shot of the guy, and it's just him turning around and walking back
Wow.
for like a solid like 30, 45 seconds, and you're just following this guy walking back and forth. You're just like,
Well,
okay, I guess
this
you got
was
to
like
fill
those
time
movies.
somewhere.
Yeah, this was like those movies they do in Mystery Science Theater, like the old black and white ones, where they'll have a guy pull up, get out of his car, walk all the way to a door, do something, walk all the way back to his car, pull out, and leave. Like, did you need to see all of that? You know, we
Hey,
all know how that works.
if you're trying to make a feature film, you got to fill some
You got to
time,
pad it.
man.
You got to
Yeah,
pad
man.
it. And that's what it is.
It's easy to just shoot people, walking or standing, as opposed to trying to,
But
any action.
when you paid money and you're sitting there watching this thing, you're like, I'm watching that guy walk to his door and walk to his car and then open his trunk, and it
Well, you can
doesn't
always
serve the
justify it
story.
by, it's building suspense. See, that's the
But it isn't most of the time. That's the thing. It's clearly filler.
well, to them, the filmmaker.
Well, yeah, that's true. The delusional filmmakers will.
It's what Hitchcock would do, man.
Yeah, we can go.
Todd says, "Did you guys ever see the Taiwan zombie film, The Sadness, from 2021? It's one of the best
No,
recent zombie movies." Yeah, never seen that one either.
not.
I think I've heard of that, but I didn't know. Didn't know it was a zombie film. The Sadness. Maybe somebody's mentioned that before because that does sound familiar. I still need to see The Battery. Like that's the next one on my list of like modern zombie films. But I've been going back to 60s and 70s and just trying to catch up on all those movies. Man, if you could go back to just watching stuff from pre 1980 and you could spend the rest of your life trying to catch
Sure.
up on that stuff. There goes Sam.
It's got a. It's
One of
almost
the
like a
last
laughing
stars.
hyena kind of sound he's making. Uh-oh. Asleep on the job.
That's probably for the best. This is the worst grave diggers, whatever you want to call them in the world.
Yeah.
They just leave them sitting out. They drop them, It's like I'm glad there wasn't, a family member or something that's in that casket. Robert says we need to watch The Sadness. So, is that on anything available to watch streaming wise or anything like that?
The Taiwan one?
Yeah, The Sadness.
Not
Any of you
sure.
guys in the chat know?
You know what is available now? You haven't seen it yet. That The Battery.
Yeah,
It's either on Netflix or Amazon Prime. I saw it pop up recently.
Okay.
So if you want to check that out, I only watched it once. It was interesting.
It's yeah, I'm so far behind on that. I remember Grande really putting it over, and I pretty
Yeah,
much everybody in the chat they've all
it
yeah
wasn't it
battery
wasn't
like that's a
awesome,
good
but it was worth watching. So
yeah. I've heard it was like a different kind of take on the
a
zombie.
very different take. Yeah, very cheap too.
Cheap as in Children of the Living Dead cheap, or
Mm.
just low budget. Yeah.
Low budget. It's like two guys and various zombies and their car and out in the countryside.
Hmm. Sheriff Randolph. That's
That's
Marty's
him.
name in this. Sheriff Randolph.
That's a very intense scene right there. I could just feel the drama. You know.
Shutter, says Todd. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I canceled Shutterfly. I'm trying to save some money lately.
I still got it. I rarely use it, but sometimes they'll some good stuff will pop up on there.
I got it when Savini's doc went up there. That little doc about him.
I did too. That's when I first
Yeah,
got it.
and
And
then I
then
kept it
I
for
got
Joe Bob. I didn't know Joe Bob was on there. So
same here, yeah, same here.
yeah,
I started catching all the Joe Bob stuff.
love Joe Bob. I've been reading Joe Bob since the early '80s when he had a column. It wasn't on any video service or whatever, and he was just a columnist out of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And it would print. And I bought the weekend San Francisco Chronicle. This thing called the Pink section. It's just a entertainment section. I buy the paper just for his article in the Pink section, and it's not even a long article, you know. But then I stumbled across one of his books. It was reprints of a lot of his other articles. Um, and I have like two of his books with
Hmm.
reprints. They're really good. So huge fan.
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember, like as a kid, I remember seeing him on like Monster Vision. I didn't watch it a lot, but as I got older, I think it was like Texas Chainsaw documentary or something. I remember watching. I think that's like his favorite film ever.
Yeah.
Um, Kind of made me go back
Well,
and
he created the
find
Hubbies,
out.
the Hubcap Awards, which are great. So I always love those. I heard some more stock footage, stock sounds. Wow, these
What the
guys are
fuck? They
terrible.
just keep dropping the.
Wow, it's amateur hour.
Oh, that was like
Well, that's
a Fulci shot or something.
hold
Just a
on. When
quick.
he died, his eyes were open, and he was all surprised. There's continuity right there.
Well, he didn't come back either.
You and your horror novels. Damn you, reading those horror books.
Todd says he introduced me to so many movies in the '90s on Monster Vision. I remember recording it every Saturday night. Yeah, I
He's
remember
great. Yeah.
Me and my cousin would watch them. Uh, we'd stay the night at my grandparents' house or something like that. I remember staying up watching stuff on Monster Vision back in the day.
I
But
didn't even know about
I was
Monster
never.
Vision until they rerun it. They had reruns of it. So
Yeah, I was so young. I never really paid too much attention to Joe Bob as much as I was just excited that they were playing, whatever horror movie at the time.
hmm.
So as a kid, like I was just like, oh, they're playing, Phantasm or something on TNT, and then he would come on and we'd go off and do something, and so I never really paid too much attention to his parts in between the film. But then as I got older, I think you have to be kind of, it's not for kids, obviously, but like a
Sure.
lot of his commentary and stuff is especially here recently on a lot of the last drive-in stuff, a lot of his commentary and all that's like
Oh yeah.
super super interesting to
He's great because
really
he's
well
funny, but he
written
also knows
stuff.
a lot of stuff and has
Yeah.
researchers and stuff. So he, but he, one of his best reviews ever is for a. So before Full Moon Pictures, it was Empire Pictures, Charles Band,
Mhm.
and they made a bunch of Ghoulies, all those terrible movies, and they made one called Eliminators, And one of his best reviews ever was for Eliminators. It was just hilarious review.
Hmm.
It's the man tank. The guy becomes like an android tank human, whereas like a human body coming out of a tank. It's so stupid. More about ADR.
Bad lighting. You can tell they have a
Bad
flashlight
everything.
next to the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, where are these
I'd
pools
like
of light coming from?
I would really like to give Tor Ramsey the benefit of the doubt and say that he's capable better, which I think, he's done other films since this, which they're all, really low budget
Have you seen him?
stuff. I've never seen him, no, but
Okay.
so it makes me want to kind of check out some of his other stuff to give him more credit, but
that
because I do
squawk
like,
sound you always
I
make
did
fun of
love
for zombies, he's doing it right there.
the
That squawky noise.
So that's where this came from. Okay, 28
There
days
you go,
later
see?
must have seen Children of the Living Dead and got heavily inspired. That's it. All right, we're finding out new things tonight, everybody.
Velociraptor zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to give it because I did enjoy hearing him talk about it, and you can tell he obviously sees all of the same issues that everyone
Yeah.
else has
I need
seen
to go
and
back and
talked
watch
about.
it. I'm glad you brought it up because I forgot to watch the rest of that thing.
It's really entertaining. It's really entertaining to hear Savini shitting on everybody.
Yeah.
Russo and Heinzman, which I thought him and Russo were friendly at least. And I guess until recently, I guess there's maybe something had gone down between the two. But yeah, when Savini was like, "Yeah, anytime I spend talking about John Russo is a waste of my time." He's
Wow, that's brilliant.
he's a hack. He's a
Well,
what he went off on John Russo at one point. He's
yeah.
a hack. He's a swindler. He's this. He's that.
Well, he knows them pretty well.
Yeah, which Savini did all kinds of like favors
Yeah.
for John on all
Sure.
those films. So you'd think that there was some kind of relationship there, but
It did the effects for Midnight, right?
yeah, the effects for Midnight. He worked with Russo. This, of course. This was a kind of a favor that he did for John and the guys. But he also worked with Savini on. Did he do? No, it wasn't Flesh Eater. Heartstopper was another one. Was another Russo
I
film
haven't
that
seen that
Savini
one.
worked on. I haven't seen that one either, but that's one that Michelle really puts over. She said she really liked that one, so that's one I need to
Heartstopper
check
just
out.
sounds like a teen comedy or something like that.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's a terrible name.
But yeah, I think Savini was like the main. So yeah, I mean they worked together in the past, but maybe I guess something probably went down recently, or I don't know. And not to mention, I mean, Night 90. They worked together on Night 90 for sure.
Yeah.
So
You never know too, because everyone's at Living Dead Weekend talking to everybody, and maybe they've gone to Russo. He said some shit, and they go, "Hey, is that true about what Russo said?" And he goes, "What?"
you're probably right. You're probably right. It probably was exactly that. Oh, John Russo said that.
Yeah.
Savini ain't worth shit.
Okay, this guy's dancing for the mirror before he goes out for a date.
Now, who the hell's this guy?
I don't know.
He's in that same hotel room because there's that same bedspread.
Oh yeah, that's right. The hotel. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, is that the? No, that's the Larry character there. That's the dude that looks like Larry. I mean, it does. If you see a young picture, which I don't think Larry's in here, but if you see a young picture of Larry, like it looks very, very similar. Which Larry, I don't know if you saw him post about it, but Larry just bought the conference table from Land of the Dead.
I heard he got something big. I didn't see what it was.
He hasn't said it yet, but he showed it to me as soon as he bought it. He sent it to me. He's like, "I just bought this," and it's the actual conference table that Kaufman, Dennis Hopper's character, is sitting at, and they're all sitting around this giant conference table.
Wow!
He bought it, and he's. I was like, "Dude, what are you gonna do with that?" Like,
exactly.
Like, I don't
know. He's not that big of a fan of the movie either, which is kind of funny. So
yeah, he has so much from it though. He has one of the jackhammers from
yeah.
but Man,
He's
Larry's
got
a
to stand next
Romero
to
guy.
the table and go, zombies,
There he
man.
is. Larry popping out of the shadows there. Yeah, we're talking about that fucking conference table you bought and what you're gonna do with it. Um, yeah, I'm waiting to see that video because they had to back up the fucking truck and get it off the truck and everything. I was like, dude, film all of that, record all of it. I want to see the whole thing. You getting it off the truck and
That's crazy. And where was that? Where the hell was that stored all this time? That's kind of it's a big table. It's kind of a pain, right?
Larry mentioned I can't remember. He bought it off somebody that worked on Land of the Dead because I think they shipped it out from L.A. So it was probably just sitting in a warehouse somewhere. It's the same story as like the Dead Reckoning sitting up in Toronto somewhere. You
Oh,
know.
really? Hmm.
Yeah, because I know Kevin Christ was interested in buying Dead Reckoning, and having it.
Oh, he did mention that. That's right. That dinner we had, he mentioned that.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
was dead serious on buying it, but they wouldn't. I mean, it's such a hassle to get it across the border. I mean, it's not legal to drive it anywhere. So you'd have to transport it somehow, and it's just
By the
not
way, I like how they
viable.
keep having to cut to the characters because you don't remember who they are. So this is to remind you all these zombies are these guys that you didn't care about.
There's so many characters that
Yeah.
I can't keep
They
them
probably
straight.
people watching me go, "Who's that? And who's that?" Okay, we'll re-edit it. We'll put some clips of them in the early part of the movie.
Question is, does anybody give a shit? If they've made it this
Mhm.
far into the movie, they're just waiting to see, anything halfway entertaining. But this is some of the stuff I think from, like I said, there's that behind the scenes footage that somebody shot on a videotape or something back in the day at this diner. I think this is some of the stuff that they were shooting around that time.
And this really bad fog machine stuff, it's clearly a fog machine. That doesn't look natural in the slightest bit.
And no fog now. So
Yeah, no fog, and this is the way it flows, the color of it, it just does look so fakey.
yeah, I knew you weren't a Land fan, Larry. That's why I think it's amazing you still, which I mean, Land is one of those movies. It's like there's still stuff out there available to get. So, 'cause I mean, 20 years ago. So if you don't get it, who the hell knows will and what will happen to? That's why I was thinking about the Dead Reckoning. I was like, that'd be so cool to have, but who the hell's going to buy that if it isn't Kevin or Larry
Yeah,
or somebody like that that's gonna you know has a purpose for it or an idea for it or can use it to make their money back. I mean, I think it'd be brilliant to just buy the Dead Reckoning and take the Living Dead Museum and put a bunch of displays and stuff inside of it and travel from convention to convention and charge people, $5-10 to fucking
there's
walk
your
through.
screech
And
again, your zombie screech.
I heard that one, yeah.
It's like a parrot.
Todd, is Dusty Nelson, the director of effects, part of the Romero crew? Not really. I don't think Dusty ever really worked with George on anything, but everybody that worked with Dusty was. I mean, you had like Pat Booba and who else worked with him on effects? John Harrison. They were all, but he was a Pittsburgh filmmaker right around the same time that George was working there, so they kind of commingled. But I can't remember if Dusty ever worked on it. I don't think he did ever work, really work on anything that George did, but they were all kind of in the same company, pretty much.
Same area, yeah.
Yeah. Which
I
effects
like
is great. If anybody hasn't seen effects, like that's a
yeah,
really good Romero adjacent
and the
film.
documentary is good too.
Yeah, After Effects that Felcher
Yeah.
did. That's right, Larry. Dusty did work on a couple of the winners, because that's how George and those guys met Pat and Tony and all, because they were all working. Because I think the company that they were working for was Boo Dada, I think was the name of the company. They were doing some short films and stuff in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh around
Voodoo
the
Da.
same time.
Yeah,
Boo Dada, yeah.
yeah.
And so they kind of collaborated on a lot of those sports docs. So yeah, you're totally right about that. Yeah, man. Effects is good shit. I was pleasantly surprised because I hadn't heard of it because it was one of those movies I was just lost to time, and I hadn't heard of it until I don't know, a few years ago. When I guess probably when After Effects came out, and I was like, oh, what is this? Like I knew Felcher, and when I saw the documentary, I was like, oh, I got to see this movie, and then I watched the movie kind of low expectations. I was like, I don't, I'm not expecting much, but it'd be nice to see
Yeah.
Tom and John Harrison and Deborah Gordon and all them. But man, as I was watching, I was like, man, this is actually a really underrated, like way ahead of its time type of movie. Like,
Yeah, Harrison's really creepy in it.
yeah, he's actually really good in it. Um, and Joe Pilato is the protagonist, playing a completely different type of character.
Yeah.
From Captain Rhodes was interesting, and he played convincingly as a protagonist.
But
So yeah,
his
effects is
facial
really
thing
good.
just changed. It's changing, like there's like redness around it, and then
Yeah,
sometimes there
yeah,
isn't.
it's
And
red
it's
now.
also, it looks like a UFO shape. Look at the shape. It's like a little flying saucer.
Everybody take a drink.
Also, I love the fact that girl is just totally nonplussed about this whole thing. It's like these things are coming to kill you. You're trapped in a building. She's like, she's, she's like bored and just sitting there.
We're gonna be late.
Yeah.
We're gonna be late for our date. That's right. Mark Canton had auctioned a ton of his stuff. Mark Canton, one of the producers on Land of the Dead. Very cool. What else was he? What else did he have? I've seen quite a bit of Land stuff popping up here recently. I feel like on eBay and whatnot. I think you got off like an actual auction site though. It wasn't an eBay purchase. Dead Reckoning though is on Facebook Marketplace of all places. I thought that was
Wow.
funny.
Oh, so she's one of the kids from the barn. They just revealed that. For those keeping score, she's one of the children of the living dead.
Yeah, hang on. Let me write this down. God damn.
And his exposition, again, they had to keep cutting back to scenes earlier in the movie because nobody remembers anything that happened.
This is just one of those movies that you at a certain point you don't give a shit about the story, you don't give a shit about the characters.
Well, there's
You're
so
just
much
kind of interesting to
exposition.
see if there's going to be any like real gore or anything fun to watch.
Yeah. There's
There's
way too
not.
much
Not even a
exposition
lot of
that's not interesting at all.
that. Well, I think that was Tor's big complaint about the Russo script was that it was just so much just god awful exposition of just explaining things, which is the big one of my biggest complaints about Russo stuff is that there's just those scenes that just seem to go on for way too long, where it's just characters, saying and not
Yeah.
showing, which they say in movies you're supposed to always show, not say. But
You can do both, but it's just ham-fisted, right?
yeah,
I mean, very few people can be Hitchcock, where like in the opening of Rear Window, you know the entire story of this guy who's your protagonist in the whole movie in his wheelchair. Just from the slow pan through his room. You
yeah.
know everything you need to know about this guy.
Well, you're comparing Hitchcock to this.
No, I'm just saying you
There's
that's just
levels.
pure
Yeah.
show
It's
and like
something you would
really
think you would
simple.
learn over time.
It can be done in
Yeah.
one take, and it's really effective. And these guys are like endless exposition, all this extra footage, and you still don't give a rat's ass.
Yeah. So they all show up with guns. They outnumber the zombies, yet they all decide to run into the diner and hide.
Well,
What can you do?
safety in numbers, right? Kind of, sort of.
We gotta grab a bite to eat before we do anything. Come on now. Dusty directed Necromancer too. Okay. Yeah,
I
man,
don't know Necromancer.
after seeing effects, I would have loved to have seen him kind of. I feel like he should have had more of a career, um, done more because man, effects for the little bit of budget that they had for what they were working with is very impressive. When
Has
he
anyone been
says
to
it's
that
like the
effects
room,
filming location? Is the house look the same pretty much?
Larry's been there. I know he said him and Eric Kent went out there at one point. Yeah, I forget. It's kind of out close, kind of on the way from where we went out to the bridge from Tales from the Dark
Yeah.
Side. It's kind of out that way. Legionnaire, I think, is the name of the town where it's at. But I think people live there now or something.
These guys are just. Actually, they are screwing around. They're blowing the dialogue left and right.
Yeah, they're doing the best with what they got. Goodbye. Larry says, "Here's a weird item in auction. It was a cane and boots advertised as being used by Hopper in Land. I looked at the movie and he didn't use them. Asked costume designer, and she says not from Land.
Oh, that's funny.
Sold for $1,300 plus buyer's premium. Somebody got ripped off. Yeah, I don't remember Hopper using a cane in Land of the
Caveat
Dead.
emptor. That's how it is. Got to watch out what you get.
Wow.
So it's like this main zombie is orchestrating everything, just sitting back, letting all the chaos in.
Well, they all got
Ringleader.
guns, but somehow they're all like wrestling now. They're trying. They're trying to have some kind of action going on here, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. Is the problem. There you go. There's a nice
Die
headshot.
again. There you go. Die again.
Clever.
They really did want to make this guy some kind of mythical character.
Yeah.
Like let's make action figures. Let's make sequels. It's like he's terrible. He hasn't done anything for the last 15 minutes of the movie. He's nothing but just stand there and.
They had high hopes. They had high hopes. You gotta give them that.
But at least Jason's going out and doing stuff, and Michael Myers is doing stuff. This guy just stands and goes, "Arr."
And screams.
Yeah. He doesn't. He's like afraid to get hurt. Even though he's supposed to be undead. Oh wow! Look at that delivery. That was his big day.
This was his moment to shine, baby.
That's one of those things the whole set claps like, "Hey, nice work, nice work."
Hey, see you, Todd. I'll talk to you soon, my man.
Uh,
It's Larry saying, "Here's the cane and boots auction." I want to see this actually. Can I pull it up? No, I don't want to do that.
now she's
I
finally
can't-
worried. Before she couldn't give a rat's ass about anything.
Well, shit's getting serious now, so she just, she's a strong, independent woman. She's not going to panic until the shit's really going down.
Oh, like I just went through the car and climbed over the car. Did you see that?
I like how this dude's just sitting in the car, just lighting
That
fucking dynamite.
that bomb is the same cutaway. They keep using that same footage over and over again. That same bomb thing. They couldn't shoot 2-3 shots of that.
That would just cost too much money.
Well, cut back on the craft services. I'm sure it was cheap anyway. He's got his can of WD-40. Look at that. He's got this wimpy little, and he's got the flamethrower.
Badass Marty.
Now he's
I
got
will
some zero
say,
shots.
I'll give this movie credit. It is early for this, but I still appreciate it. No bad CGI. You can't say this
Well,
movie has any bad CGI.
and they had plenty of time to do it. This is 2001. They could have used it.
They could have. They could have.
But, that takes more work. It actually takes work to make
And
bad
money.
CGI. Yeah. Well, you can have just an Amiga computer at home at the time. And, I mean,
That's true.
Babylon 5 was made on Commodore Amigas in the early 90s, mid 90s.
What the fuck is this? So here's the supposed cane and boots.
Oh,
that Kaufman used.
oh, it's a scream off.
Kaufman
He
didn't wear
screeches and
boots.
she screeches. He screeches. These are the boots and cane shots he's trying to show.
Yeah, estimate $200 to $300, sold for $1,300.
Yeah, he had business outfits on. He didn't wear boots, right? He
Not
was
that I
always wearing
remember. Yeah, not that I remember. Wow.
You got that cane and boots come with a certificate of awesome authenticity,
I'm
and it's
sure.
signed by Haywood Jablomi.
Hey, would you blow me? I can write you a certificate of authenticity for a box of shit. Doesn't make it,
Okay,
worth
now they're just
anything.
messing up the place.
Yeah, I think this is the stuff they were shooting in that behind the scenes stuff on
Yeah, in the
YouTube.
diner, a bunch of diner stuff.
Yeah. Damn, bitch.
Oh, she missed that close? Come on.
It's like right here. Like, yeah. There you go. Marty's back, baby.
Debbie Grave said, shit's really hitting the fan, right? Here's that line right there. You are right. Shit's really hitting the fan. Oh my goodness.
Robert loves this land of the dead talk, Larry.
I think I've got a new birthmark.
Yeah, I don't remember him wearing biker boots in the movie or even carrying a cane, let alone walking with a cane.
No, he's always in a full business attire.
Yeah.
Even when he left, even when he gets caught up in the limo.
Yeah.
That
Well, it's
fire right
time to.
there, that was a huge part of the budget. That big bonfire.
So that's where that 500,000 went.
Not again.
Oh, B.
That's nice. Is this John McEnroe?
It kind of looks like him, doesn't it?
Have to start having a fit.
Uh-oh.
It's the
Abbott's
Duracell
still
zombie
out
keeps
there.
on ticking.
Doing that fucking walk. Just waiting for the Bee Gees to pop on.
He has his own personal fog machine that just follows him around.
There's. Yeah. Oh, it's credits. I was
Wow.
like, oh, they're bringing back Tom for one more shot. Martin Schiff.
He's probably the worst actor in the whole thing. He's pretty bad.
Yeah, I've never heard of that dude. Jamie McCoy.
Yeah. He was entertaining at least.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that
Sam
whole soup
brought
making
it.
scene, he really sold that soup making scene.
Sam brought it. I can't believe I forgot about fucking Sam, man. I guess the name escaped me, but yeah. I should have known. As soon as I saw him, I knew that nose from fucking the Crazies. There's Heidi.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
She's also one of the zombies in the 30th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead too. So that's it. A.
I
Barrett
like that.
Warland.
A. Barrett Warland. Like it's like all fancy.
Apparently, I mean, according to Tor, like on the set, like he thought he was hot shit. Like he was like one of those guys that they didn't enjoy working with because he thought he was the star of this fucking movie.
That's
Like
so
I'm
great.
Abbott Hayes type of, He thought he was going to be the next Kane Hodder, man.
He's like Rustin Parr, right? So.
Macy Schiff. There you go. There's Marty's daughter. So yeah, Children of the Living Dead. What do you think after watching it again? How bad is it on a scale of Midnight 2 to Majorettes to
Midnight 2 is just. Wait, did we watch Midnight 2 on a stream?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Yeah, it's so memorable. I just
That was like the one that was like an hour long, shot on video. That
shot on video really bad. Oh, that's right. With
yeah.
the he keeps going to a camera, but he's supposed to be shooting everything, yet he's talking to some other camera, and then there's a
the
camera
Jeannie
shooting
Jeffries
all that footage.
quick cameo in it. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I would say, I mean, it's better than Santa Claus, I guess.
it had so the problem with this, the good thing about Santa Claus is it doesn't drag like this does. This really drags.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah,
They
there are
could make it
moments in Santa.
shorter.
There's like those like 15-minute long segments where Heinzman's got the camera and the girl's like posing nude, and Heinzman's just like,
Oh, well,
"Yeah,
that was
baby, yeah,
he's got
baby,
to
open
sell
up,
that
baby,
creep factor though. Yeah, he's
open
got
up,
to.
baby." It's like,
That was also trying to sell their magazine too, right? Wasn't that the
well,
time
that's
they're
all
trying to
that
get that
movie
magazine?
was. That's all
Yeah.
Santa Claus was just trying to sell Scream Queen's magazine. That's all it was.
Exactly.
But yeah, this
So
is a pretty bad fucking movie though.
it's just too. It cries for editing. Just trim some stuff down. Do a couple retakes if they could. If they can't, just cut it down. And I don't know, would have been better.
Cut some of the characters out. Change some of the dialogue.
Remember, if we have to have remember shots of everybody when they show their zombie, I'm like, you're done, right? We are not clearly not invested enough to know who the hell those people were, so they had to keep going back.
That's true. Maybe it's just one of those movies you really got to pay attention to. It's like 8.5. Fellini's 8.5. You really got to pay attention to get it. Yeah, that's right. That fog is just the stink coming off of Abbott Hayes. That's all it is. See?
Speaking of Fellini, there's one of the
tell.
most pretentious comments ever made by Ben Affleck early in his career, not long after Good Will Hunting, and he says, "I was weaned on Fellini." Have you seen any of? I mean, he's made some decent stuff as a director, but it ain't no Fellini. So,
well, I watched for the first time. I tried to watch 8.5 the other day. Fellini's 8.5, which I've always heard. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's one of the greatest movies ever made. It's great. It's a classic. It's unbelievable." I've tried like 4 or 5 times. I cannot get through that piece of shit.
Fellini's an acquired taste. I mean, he's made some really weird stuff and some really bland, like Nights in Cabiria is very bland, but kind of a character study.
It's boring, and I don't like using that word and talking about movies. I never use the word boring. Like I can sit through a Bergman film and totally be fine, but it may not be
some
my
of that
thing.
Stuff's pretty out there too. And Truffaut and some of the famous guys are kind of like, all right.
But man, that 8.5, man, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like it's just.
Or Jean-Luc Godard. You ever seen any of his stuff? Like Alphaville, one of his most famous movies, Alphaville. It's just terrible.
I love Breathless though, man. Breathless is one of those. It's like out there, but like I love Breathless.
Yeah, Breathless is good. In fact, the remake was fun too. The Richard Gere remake of Breathless. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. I'll have to check that
out.
It's not
as good at all, but it's fun. It's a fun movie to watch.
I think I've heard of that though.
Music by X in it and stuff. It's great.
So Richard Gere's Breathless is a remake of the Godards?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But it's not the same. It's very different.
Okay.
It's very 80s.
Well, I loved Godard's version, but like Agnes
Yeah,
Varda, like all those like French New Wave, I can dig that, like I can get behind that. But man, that 8.5, man, I can't do it. I was like, the fuck are people talking about? Like this is, although Barbara Steele is fucking gorgeous in that fucking movie, I gotta say.
sure. Yeah.
And of course, it's got the dance scene that Tarantino stole for Pulp Fiction. It is
Well,
in eight
yeah,
and a
of
half, you
course.
know.
Of course.
Um,
I mean, he is a collage artist. Everything Tarantino has made, even though I like a lot of his stuff, everything he has made is a collage of various parts of movies because he grew up, he worked for years in that video store watching endless movies, committing them to memory. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this, all this stuff from Hong Kong cinema,
oh yeah,
City on Fire and all that other kind of stuff, and The Killers. And that's what all those scenes in like Reservoir Dogs, with the
yeah,
guys in the outfits. And then the names for the Reservoir Dog characters came from a recent movie I saw, and I forgot what it is now. Mr. Pink and Mr. Blonde, all that. That was from Taken of Pelham 123.
hmm,
Great 70s movie. If you haven't seen
yeah,
that,
with
gotta watch that.
Walter
It's
Matthau,
awesome.
right?
Don't watch the remake, watch the original. And he got his names from those fucking characters from that movie. Mr. Pink, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Whatever.
Well, I've kind of, I kind of get like, so I've been thinking about like remakes and stuff a lot here lately, and like I'm not a fan of them, but I get it. I've kind of come to the conclusion that a lot of movies now, like that are remakes or requels or whatever, they're just banking on the name value of whatever they're doing.
Or trying to
But
get a
back in
younger audience involved because some people don't like the older vibe, you know.
right. But a lot like I hear a lot of people say like, "Oh, they don't make original stuff like they used to," and I agree stylistically and all that,
Mhm.
but if you like most movies that most of the classic movies that we grew up on and stuff were not original at all. They were all based off of novels. They were all
Oh,
based off of
sure.
books, but nobody
Right.
reads anymore, so nobody gives a shit if you're unless it's like 50 Shades of Grey or Harry Potter or something like that.
Well, even TV
But
shows. All in the Family and Sanford and Son, all those are all British TV shows redone in the US.
yeah,
People think that's so American, right? But no, even that was stolen from stuff
yeah,
overseas. So,
everything is inspired by even going all the way back to the glory days of film. Everything is either based off a book or a radio play or radio drama or
yeah.
just a stage play. Like everything comes from somewhere. Um, Larry saying, I think Children of the Living Dead is a movie I'll never watch more than once. I do love 8.5 though. Yeah, man, I've always heard, man, and like I said, I just felt like 8.5 is one of those movies I thought I would like, but man, I've tried, and I keep falling asleep, or I just keep veering off because the dialogue is just, man, I don't know, it
Fellini's very
doesn't.
dreamlike, and artsy fartsy.
It's
So,
beautiful. It's
yeah,
beautifully
yeah,
shot. Like it's a
yeah.
beautiful movie, but man, like the characters, it's just to me, it just seems like it's about this fucking guy just wandering around and people are constantly bothering him and I don't know why. I don't understand why they're like I get it's the idea he's the director and then it's like he's trying to create his vision, but he has to deal with the actors and the producers and I get it. That's but
Yeah.
like it just seems like it just keeps going around in circles. It just doesn't do any fun. I never thought
Mhm.
on the Children of the Living Dead live stream watch along we'd be talking about Fellini's 8.5, but
Well,
who knows?
it's
Never know.
we have a lot of influences and
Yeah. I just love talking about movies, man. And whether it's Children
yeah,
of the Living Dead or Federico Fellini, I don't, whatever.
for sure.
Robert says children's better than vanilla, which I don't know, Robert. I don't know. Hey, takes all
By the
kinds.
way, for those who are interested, this was the article I was reading from earlier. This website, very very scathing review of Children of the Living Dead, but interesting.
Is there a good review of Children of the Living Dead out there?
No, but this is just
Women
funny,
write
and it
about
has some of the
comics dot
quotes in it I
com.
mentioned. It has just the writer, and you can see the website. It's women write about comics is the URL. Um, so the person is clearly a comic person, a film person who put the site together.
She's clearly a woman writing about comics. It
Yeah,
says it
but I
right
mean,
there.
it's biting and it's accurate and it's funny. So
Well, I'd be more interested in a well, maybe Bonnie, man. Bonnie seems to be a big Children of the Living Dead fan. So Bonnie says
She's going to
someone needs to
write the counter article how great it is. You
someone
guys
needs
are
to
all wrong, wrong,
do
wrong.
someone needs to do to this what was done for the Langoliers. In what way, Bonnie? For Children of the Living Dead?
Langoliers is a tough watch. Whew.
I don't think I've ever seen the Langoliers actually.
I didn't read the
That's a
book. I'm sure the book is better because
King
most of
book.
Stephen
Yeah.
King stuff doesn't translate. But the movie was awful. It was one of those made for TV things.
Mm.
And it's this it seems like buzzsaw munching monsters who are like eating up reality. It's like, what? Those are the Langoliers.
Was this during cocaine period, Savini,
I
or
I
post cocaine, or was it
I
after he
mean,
was hit by a car or whatever happened?
King literally directed Maximum Overdrive on cocaine. That's a
Oh
well-known
yeah,
thing.
oh yeah.
And you watch it and you know he did because it's a fun watch, but it's a stupid movie.
Mm.
I saw it in the theater. It was just hilarious. I was cracking up, going, "Oh my god, this movie's insane." But my favorite was the trailer. If you haven't seen it, it uses music from Halloween 3, and Stephen King talks a little bit about himself as the camera slowly zooms in on him. And at some
I
point, he
heard
goes,
about that.
"I'm going to scare the hell out of you." And there was nothing scary about the movie. It's funny and action packed and stuff. You know.
Yeah. So the Timekeepers of Eternity, says Bonnie. Look it up. Okay. Time is that does that ring a bell for you, Sentinel? I've never heard of that.
No, but yeah, the Langoliers movie is just really, really, really bad. It's kind of like the Star Trek Next Generation. I know you're not a Star Trek guy, but there was an episode where the ship ends up. I mean, some kind of a the little Wesley Crusher nerdy kid is playing around in engineering, and he makes this quantum bubble or something like that. And his mom gets swept into the quantum bubble along with parts of the ship, and people keep disappearing. And that's how Langoliers is. People keep disappearing throughout the movie because reality has changed, and they keep getting gobbled up.
Mm.
And these little and they show these trying to fly this plane these like munching monsters. Talk about bad graphics.
It sounds like Pac-Man or something.
It's so silly.
The human
And
Pac-Man.
I'm sure the book is much scarier, much more interesting. But they just talk about not being able to make a compelling image from a book.
Yeah.
It's
Seems to be a common issue with a lot of King stuff.
It's true.
Stephen King's
And
films usually work better when they have a filmmaker who,
like George, like the
like,
creep
what
show stuff. Yeah.
yeah, Kubrick or De Palma
Kubrick,
with
yeah.
Carrie.
Although
or,
he hates The Shinings to this day, still, it's better than the one they created that was supposed to follow the book to the letter that was on
yeah,
TV.
I mean,
That was terrible.
look, when it comes to movies, like I will take Stanley Kubrick's eye over Stephen King's any day of the week. I'm sorry, like, and like, I don't know, but yeah. So, Children of the Living Dead, guys. Well, if you were to give it a score out of 10, what would you give Children of the Living Dead out of 10? Honest to God, it's not the worst fucking movie I've ever seen. It's
No,
not good. There's fun stuff in it, man. That opening 10 minutes with Savini is fun.
no. Midnight 2, like you were mentioning, is so much worse.
Yeah,
So,
Midnight 2 is a fucking barely a
yeah.
movie. Like
It's like
this
they
at
made it over a weekend.
least
Yeah.
this at least was in, focus. If it has that
Yeah.
over Midnight 2 for the most part. 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, somewhere around there. I'll give it a couple points for Savini. I'll give it a couple points
Yeah,
for
there
some
are
of the
scenes and
the
ideas that are
effects are
kind of
good,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's kind of a who's who of the Romero verse is kind of interesting.
So Bonnie, the biggest fan of this film in here tonight, gives it a 1 out of 10. So I'm being way too charitable, I guess. Larry gives it a -11. So yeah, you're right, Bonnie. It is bad, but I like and Larry knows I'm a big Hell of the Living Dead fan. Which this makes Hell of
Hell
the
and Dead
Living
is one
Dead
of the
look
best
like
bad movies ever.
this
I
makes
love
Hell of the
yeah.
Living Dead look like
I
Apocalypse
mean,
Now. I mean, come on.
and any movie that uses the line "I'm a tit man myself" is high marks.
Yeah, it's one of those notorious films from this time period, 2001. I have weirdly like not fond memories of it, but somewhat nostalgia for it, just because, like I said, I remember renting it at Blockbuster and thinking
Yeah,
like,
you saw
oh,
it so early in your whole zombie exploration. That's bizarre. That's
yeah,
just
but I was just like desperate for anything with zombies
yeah,
back then, man. Like that's when I first discovered like, the dead hate the living and anything with zombies that came out around that time. I was like, I
yeah,
gotta see it because there's nobody's doing zombie movies anymore. And then eventually everybody started doing zombie movies, and I was just like, oh, it's too many zombie movies. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
It's and like I said, I'm kind of interested in the lore and all that about it now. I just kind of want to, you know, find out more like what happened with this thing. The behind the scenes is far more interesting to me now than what actually ended up on screen. But
Well, that's the thing. It's like you have to wonder with that many people involved, even if it's like an egomaniac in charge, how the hell does this get? How does this pass muster? How do you release something like this, even if it's direct to video?
I mean, they were just
You
trying to
know?
make some money, man. They didn't care about quality. They were just trying to make some money.
I know, but at some point you get into film because you like movies, right? It's not
Yeah,
just a money thing for everybody. You start because you love movies. You love the going to movies, the feeling you get of like that guy did that, I could do that, like something like Evil Dead, which except for some of the crazy scenes is pretty easily shot, right?
yeah,
But it's a great movie. And so people get this confidence like, oh, I could do that. It's like a Kevin Smith thing, right? It's like, oh, Kevin Smith did that. He spent, $40,000, whatever. I could do this, no problem. And I could do it on video for cheap, have my friends and stuff. And then you get something like this where they had planning, they had a script, they had film, they had to pay for processing, they had all the vehicles coming in there, and I mean, you know, you want to laugh at the cost of the movie and what you see, but film isn't cheap. That alone is
yeah.
expensive.
Like I said, the
Um,
fact that this was shot on 35 millimeter blew me away, but
yeah. So
doesn't
and
come across.
and not one gatekeeper in there anywhere along the way said, maybe we should either edit this or shoot some extra footage. Got a little extra money, maybe do a better job with the ADR, something. Because oh boy, it's just
Well, like I said, Torres said there's his cut somewhere, and he said it's not great, but he tried to make it more of like a comedy, horror comedy, make it a little bit more lighthearted,
hmm.
and Karen and they hated all that, so they did their own cut, and that's the cut we got, and and it's it is what it is at this point. But yeah, we totally missed pointing out Chris Stavrakis. Chris is a zombie in
Don't
this as well.
remember seeing him in that, but
I don't either. He would have been
yeah.
young at this time. He'd have had long hair and everything, I think, at this time. So
Think-
totally missed out on that. And he was in that Garf conversation too on that stream.
Oh, right, that's right.
Yeah, Bonnie. Too much ego, couldn't smell her own shot. Yeah, it definitely
I,
sounds that way. Like I said, I would love to hear an interview or her comment on it now. Karen Wolf's take on it now, looking back. But who knows if anybody can dig her up somewhere, it'd probably be like Vulo or somebody like that. But I don't know how
and,
much time and effort he's putting into that. So
someone like Michael Bay has the same problem. He just has more people watching his back, so he can at least create something that looks good and people like, but it's still
yeah,
crap. Like Michael Bay makes god awful movies, but they're big budget. They can look really nice because he's an advertising guy first and foremost before he went into filmmaking. So everything has those graduated filters in them, the gradients.
yeah.
Um,
They all have that
and
Michael Bay stank to them.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's what I
sheen.
call it.
And yeah, it's just
But
yeah, it's terrible.
what can you do? What can you do? Hey, like I said, it's 25 years later. We're still talking about it. We're still watching it, and who
Good to see.
knows if Michael Felcher has his way, we may get
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
a Red Shirt Pictures release of it with a full length documentary and commentaries and the whole shebang. So
I'm
we'll
glad to see
stay
the
tuned.
fancy wine didn't go to waste, though. It's a worthy effort.
Yeah, yeah, we needed it. But Jeff, fun stream. Thanks, Michael Synth. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks a lot, my man. Glad you got to hang
Thanks.
out
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah, it was a fun stream. I do enjoy watching these these shitty movies. It does
It's
make it more fun. Like I remember having
yeah.
to, I remember watching like Midnight and shit by myself, and I'm just like, oh, this is torturous. But I like having a companion to share. Like you said, misery loves company, so sharing the
It
misery
does,
with you.
and again, you're exposing stuff for people that may not have seen it or may have seen a clip of it. Like Larry said, he'll never watch it again, but he was here. He may have watched part of it. We don't know. He may have had it secretly on in the background while we're talking about it.
Yeah, I think Larry secretly likes this movie in some way.
Need some props. Go buy some props from that movie.
Well, wasn't Bob Michelucci? Didn't he have a bunch of the like costumes and stuff from Children
Oh,
of the
really?
Living Dead? I think he had some of those for sale at one point. Um, so yeah, they're out there. If anybody's interested, I think he has some. Hit up Bob Michelucci. Um,
Wow.
Bonnie says, "I love this. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Bonnie. I
Yeah, it was
enjoyed it as well. Yeah,
we had
this
fun.
this was fun." Robert says, "Love you guys. Have a great night. Have a great night, Robert. Love you too, my man. Be good out there." But yeah, you got anything coming up on your channel, man?
Um, Nothing too much until next week. Next week is NAM.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'll be doing live streams every day from there. If you're interested in the music industry or celebrity sighting or whatever the hell happens there at various intervals, as long as the signal is good, I will do live streams from there. Otherwise, I'll shoot just like for Living Dead Weekend. I shoot a bunch of local stuff and upload it when I have time to do that. Which I still have stuff to upload from Living Dead Weekend. Shame on me.
Yeah, you need to get to
So
work on that.
um,
Hmm?
I know it's just money's been tight lately, and getting ready for this trip next week has been a lot of work. So that's my biggest thing. I mean, I've been making some tracks for Hardware Jams the last few weeks. If you guys like that kind of stuff, so I've had some recent uploads for that kind of stuff. But I'll definitely be doing the coverage for NAM and even some travel-y stuff next week. I'm going to go visit my niece and nephew down in LA area when I'm down there, and I'll shoot some LA stuff and some. I always love Venice Beach. If you haven't seen Venice Beach or you haven't seen it enough in movies, it's just a funny, weird place of everything from stoners to skateboarders to people in crazy outfits and musicians, and it's just a fun thing. So I always do a Venice Beach walk.
Do they
Um,
still have? Do they still have the guys? The areas there where people are pumping iron, and that's what I think when I think of Venice Beach in the
that so
movies. They're
I've
always
never.
the
I walked by there once. It's way off the track where most of the action is, but I did
mm,
walk by there once just to check it out, and it's still there and still going strong. But when most of the fun stuff is, or the street performers, like Michael Jackson impersonator and this guy dancing, and a really famous guy, if you've watched enough movies from LA over the years, there's I call him the metal guru. He was like this guy always playing a distorted guitar with a little speaker, wearing a turban and a full-on kind of flowing outfit on roller skates. You saw him in so many movies, including Falling Down and a bunch of other LA movies that were
huh.
shot, and always included parts of Venice Beach. He was like an icon of Venice Beach for 20 plus years. And I finally saw him last time I went through there. I had heard he kind of messed up his ankles being on skates all the time like that. It's not really good for your
Yeah,
ankles.
you'd think so.
So he pretty
After all
much
those
stopped
years,
that routine.
on the
Yeah.
skate.
And he I saw him hauling like a wagon full of stuff he was going to probably set up to sell. So he's still in the area, still trying to make money off his image and stuff. So
Hmm.
I recognize that face, a mile away. I go, that's the guy, but he's wearing a different outfit and he's doing different things. So I cover that stuff, and I'll be in San Diego a little bit too. My nephew's living down there, and so I might go do some footage at San Diego Zoo or Wild Animal Park or some other kind of stuff down there because it's cool. But
Cool. Larry
yeah,
says, you guys should watch some good movies. Well, the last one we did was American Movie, man. That's a classic.
yeah, American
Uh,
movie. Yeah,
I remember this movie well for some reason, but would never watch it again. You will one day. You will. You'll get the itch. You'll get the itch. You'll get the Abbott Hayes itch. Uh,
even the
Bonnie
name
says,
isn't really that interesting. Like you want to have
no,
a
it's
character that you want to go, ooh, this Michael Myers works because it's that kind of alliteration you have in comic books.
yeah,
And Jason
Jason
Voorhees is just a
Voorhees,
weird
Freddy
name.
Krueger, Abbott
Freddy
Hayes.
Krueger, Abbott Hayes. That sounds very bland.
Good night, Bonnie. Good night. Bonnie says, good night,
Hi,
everyone. Have a
Bonnie.
great weekend. Same to you, Bonnie. Larry says, good night. And he also says, I prefer Malibu, Point Doom. Hope to visit one day, dying to visit, used
Malibu's
in so
cool.
many
Yeah.
movies. Have you been to Malibu, or is it Point Doom,
All
or
through there. Point Dun or Doom? Is it Doom or Dun? Dern? Dun? Oh, Doom.
Dumb?
Okay, yeah.
Point Dumb.
Point Doom. Yeah, I don't know Point Doom. Know that one. But yeah, Malibu is right on the coast there. You drive Highway 1, the Pacific Coast Highway. So it
Hmm.
actually connects all the way from up here. You leave San Francisco. They closed part of the one right after San Francisco, but you can take Highway 1 all the way down through Monterey, Carmel, Big Sur, um, all the way down to Los Angeles. Down there, it's called the Pacific Coast Highway. And yeah, there's all kinds of little towns there. La Jolla. Yeah, it's cool. It's a nice area. But if you drive that whole route, it takes all day practically. It's because it's twisty and trafficy. It's not efficient, but it is beautiful. So if you do it once in your life, it's worth driving down there, at least one way. Um, but
I've
don't
never
be
been
surprised when
out.
they have road closures and other stuff.
Never been out the West Coast. I mean, it was when I was a little baby, but I don't remember any of it. It
The
says
really
it's
cool
used for
thing is
Planet
the
of the Apes.
Vasquez. I need to go to Vasquez Rocks one of these days. It's used in all like the uh, Star Trek series and the old TV show, and a bunch of movies for that famous kind of jutting rock face that's very pointy
Mm-hmm.
and very scenic. It's been used because it's so close to LA. People drive out there all the time and shoot stuff there. Even Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back used it as a joke because it referred to the Star Trek thing.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it's real classic sloping, weird, steep rock face that's been in so many movies and TV shows. It's called Vasquez Rocks. So I got to get out there one of these days.
Cool, cool. Well, I will be see what's the next thing I'm doing. I'm gonna try to drop a video this weekend, and then of course next weekend I'll have Norman England joining me on Saturday.
Nice.
The what would that be? The 24th? Yeah, January 24th. I can't remember the dates, but yeah, Saturday the 24th. Norman England will be joining me for a talking Romero. I'm looking forward to that one. That one's going to be a lot of fun because I've never actually had like a long conversation with Norman before. I've never met him in person, and we've only had limited interaction online through direct message and whatnot. So it'll be nice to get him on and have him share some of his story. I mean,
Talk about those
man's
recordings
done a
too. I
lot.
love those recordings from the
Yeah,
mall.
yeah. Dude's done a lot. He's written for Fangoria. He's visited the set of when George was doing the Biohazard commercial. Uh, Visited the Monroeville Mall, going all the way back to the '80s. Like, dude's a wealth of knowledge. So I'm looking forward to getting him on. And then of course the following weekend I'll have Matt Blasey on for a new episode of Collecting the Dead. We're going to dig into Blasey's collection and see what he's got stored down in his basement, Romero
Hmm.
Collectibles. It's pretty interesting stuff. Looking forward to that. And then following week after Blasey, we're going to have another episode of Talking Romero with the man we talked about earlier, a big fan of Children of the Living Dead, Michael Felcher will be on. That'll be on February the 7th, I think, is the date on that. I'll have to double check. But yeah, some really cool, really good guests coming up. Looking forward to chatting with those guys. And
Speaking of Blasey, there's if you guys haven't heard, that guy Adam the Woo passed away just a
yeah,
couple weeks ago, and one of his best videos was doing the Dawn of the Dead mall tour with Matt Blasey, and they
yeah,
recreate
I
the whole
remember watching
Roger.
that. Yeah,
Um, we whipped him, didn't we? Kind of. Oh, it's so funny. Go check that out if you want a good laugh, and also sad that Adam is gone, but he's got some great content, and Blasey is part of that. So
yeah, I remember watching that video back in the day. I wasn't a big fan of, or not a big fan, but I never watched a lot of the channel. But yeah, I remember definitely seeing that one. But yeah, it was sad
yeah,
seeing because he was young, man. He was like what 50, early 50s, I
he's just
think,
a few years
somewhere
younger
around
than I
there.
am. Yeah,
Yeah. So
just happens. Some shit sneaks up on you sometimes.
yeah,
I mean, the guy from Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, 45, he got colon cancer and died. Fit as a fiddle,
mm,
but never got checked out because he's below that age group where you're supposed to check yourself out,
yeah.
and it's a silent killer. So everyone get checked out. Get all your
There
stuff
you go.
checked out when you can. It's important.
It's a good bit of advice there. But
Yeah. Oh, one more thing too before I forget. I am planning a new interview series on my channel with some synth luminaries that I've actually met through NAM and a bunch of other people. So
Sweet.
that's all I'm going to say about it for now until I actually get the interviews lined up. But that's coming up soon, and I can't wait because these are going to be long form if they'll let me. Might only be an hour, but could be 2-3 hours. We'll see. But some of these people are just amazing, and you may recognize some of them if you follow the industry. So
Sweet. Yeah, I
yeah,
look forward to
I'm
that.
looking forward to it.
Rick, always good to see you, my man. Rick North going to Llama. Well, gentlemen, wish you a good night. Time to get some sleep. Yes, sir. I got work in the morning. I got to get the kid up and to school or daycare or whatever we call it in the morning. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, have a good night, my man. Yeah, Norman should be a fun conversation. I'm looking forward to that. Larry says I was a big Adam LeWoo fan since way back. I was on his show 3 times and once when I invited him on my mall tour in 2018. That's right.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
guy.
very sad, man. That's
He's part of the old punk scene
you know.
too. The kind of
Yeah,
the
I saw that. Was he?
early '90s punk scene or something.
Yeah, what band was he
He was a
in?
bass player. I forgot he mentioned at one point he was a bass player.
Yeah, I remember seeing that after somebody posted that after he'd passed. I was like, I didn't
He
know
did
that.
several
That's pretty
tours of
cool.
some old punk hangouts on several trips he went on,
Mm,
kind of like reliving some of his glory days doing performances and stuff.
I'm trying to think what band it was now, but yeah, it was a band I'd heard of. I had no idea. Um, but yeah. Well, all right, guys. See you guys next
Yeah,
time. Like I said, probably next time live will be when I got Norman on here. Weekend after this upcoming weekend. Um, but yeah. So until then, make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun shit.
thanks
And
everybody. Good times.
until next time, you guys stay safe, stay prepared, and always stay scared.